It's time for high school football, presented by Sarshone Auto Group on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network. The best Stark County football is heard right here all season long. Whether you're in a car, at home, or on the go, the action is live on Q92 and streaming on the Q92 Facebook page, X, and our YouTube channel. Now, let's take you live to the stadium and our broadcast team for tonight's kickoff on Q92 and the Q92 Sports Network.
Here they go! Touchdown!
Welcome to the high school football pregame show on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel, as we are set live inside from the beautiful campus of Canton Central Catholic High School. Lies for Canton Central Catholic Stadium. We welcome you in to another edition of high school football on the Q92 Sports Network. Matt Corrali with you. Robert Coleman will join us in just a moment. Well, walking around here, it might be time for some urgency in the air here off Tuscarora Street in Canton. Salem comes into the contest with a record of 1-2. They are coming off a win. They took down East Liverpool on the road in their first away game of the season last week by a whopping 56-20. They lost to two really good programs, Poland and South Range, to start 0-2, but they finally got a tally in the win column. In that regard, it was a dominant performance, like we mentioned. 21-0 lead in the first quarter, 42-7 at the break. Salem needs that type of performance here against Canton Central Catholic on the road. The Crusaders come into this one with a record of 0-3. They lost in this building last week to Orville by the final of 28-7. Orville got out to a 28-0 lead before Patrick Schiaretti scored on a 19-yard touchdown run with 2:34 to play. He had 4 carries for 25 yards. The reason why urgency might be in the air here at Central Catholic High School is just simply because of the fact that whoever loses this game, the uphill battle continues to get more steep and more steep. It may be hard to believe, but once games wrap up next Friday night, we will be halfway through the high school football regular season, and you definitely do not want to be 1-4, 0-5. For one of these two teams, that could be the case. But on the other hand, for the winner of tonight's game, it could be a massive jolt to their season and could be a little bit of a momentum boost going forward as we hit the middle of the 2025 high school football regular season. We've got a lot to unpack, especially 6 more games streaming across the Q92 Sports Network here on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel. But we'll take a break. You're listening to the high school football pregame show on Q92 Radio Sports' YouTube channel.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit Sarshone.com.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody, inside Central Catholic High School in Canton for the high school football pregame show. We are set to kick things off here in week 4. My name is Matt Carali. Well, let's take a look at some of the games that will be aired right here on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel. We'll start out in Louisville at St. Thomas Aquinas as our sports director, Christian Bigglesworth, has the call between the Knights and East Canton. Christian?
High school football brought to you by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network. And tonight, the undefeated East Canton Hornets, sitting at 3-0 for the first time in 20 years, will hit the road to take on the St. Thomas Aquinas Knights, who are still looking for their first win of the season. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock. East Canton's been rolling behind the play of their quarterback, Owen McCroskey, who's accounted for 6 touchdowns through the air and another 4 on the ground in just 3 games. The Hornets' offense has been piling up yards and points, and they'll look to keep that momentum going against the Knights, a team still searching for answers. As for St. Thomas, the struggles have been real. Only 6 points total through their first 12 quarters of football. But tonight could be the night they turn it around. The Knights will look to spark their offense with junior quarterback Anthony Powell, who's still looking for his first touchdown pass of the season, and junior running back Karan Wynn, who's carried the ball for 105 yards and a touchdown so far this year. Will East Canton keep their perfect season alive, or will the Knights rise up at home and grab their first win? It's East Canton versus St. Thomas Aquinas, live tonight at 7 o'clock, only on the Q92 Sports Network.
Thank you, Kirsten. Now let's send things over to Green as our own Jay Wilhelm has the call between 2 Federal League foes. It's the Bulldogs and the Hoover Vikings. Jay?
Good evening, everyone. We have arrived at week 4 of the 2025 Ohio high school football season on the Q92 Sports Network, brought to you by the Sarshone Auto Group. I'm Jay Wilhelm, and I'm here live in Green as the Bulldogs play host to the North Canton Hoover Vikings in this Federal League showdown. The Vikings come in at 3-0 after 3 dominating wins. They've defeated Akron Buchtel 30-0 in week 1, Medina 42-17 in week 2, and Akron North 64-0 last week. This is North Canton's first road game of the season, and they'll look to continue their winning ways. Green enters tonight sitting at 1-2. The Bulldogs lost the first 2 games of the season to Indian Valley and Riverside, then last week got their first win against Talmadge 42-7. They come back home after a 2-game road trip and look to get back to 500. Join myself and my broadcast partner, Mike Voorhees, with kickoffs scheduled for 7. Live from Green, I'm Jay Wilhelm with the Q92 Sports Network.
Jay, thank you so much. When we come back, we will preview 2 more games that you can hear on the Score 7 stream on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel. But first, you are listening to the high school football pregame show on the Q92 Sports Network.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want, the Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
peace of mind. It's one of the most important benefits that we can offer at Friends and Family Credit Union. Welcome to Family Secure Checking. It offers unrivaled security to protect your everyday finances and purchases, as well as comprehensive identity theft protection and reimbursement coverage, credit file monitoring, benefits for travel, shopping rewards, and a cell phone protection that includes repair or replacement for up to 4 phones on your cell phone plan. It's time to bring a friend into the family.
Welcome back, everybody, to the high school football pregame show right here on the Q92 Radio's YouTube channel. My name is Matt Corrali, live from Canton Central Catholic High School here off Tuscarora Street in the Hall of Fame City. Speaking of the Hall of Fame City, let's now go about 5-10 minutes north of here at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Ryan Keller with a Federal League showdown as the McKinley Bulldogs are set to host the Glen Oak Golden Eagles.
It's week 4 of high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, and it's time for the Federal League opener. And we will kick things off with the backyard brawl. 1-2 Canton Glen Oak versus 2-1 Canton McKinley. We are coming to you live from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, where these two teams with fresh momentum will clash under the lights. Coach Garcia and the Golden Eagles are fresh off their first victory of the season, a dominating 50-6 win over East Tech last weekend, fueled by a punishing ground game. Look for senior Javelion McClendon, who torched their defense for 141 rushing yards last week, and sophomore DeMarlo Rozier to make big plays. On defense, senior linebacker Matt Riskus is a tone setter looking to pressure McKinley's offense. Head coach Renzi Parnell and the McKinley Bulldogs also bounced back with a big win, taking down Cleveland Heights 34-12. Keep your eyes on talented sophomore running back Kylan West, who ran for 135 yards and a touchdown last week. Quarterback Trenton Hayden will be looking for senior DJ Britt, who had 5 catches for 116 yards last week, and junior Darius Hill, who is returning from injury. Both teams are riding high, but it was McKinley who won last season in a 35-6 rout over Glen Oak. The Pups lead the all-time series 39-13. Join me, Ryan Keller, and my broadcast partner, Antonio Hall, for the call tonight from Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium. Kickoff set for 7 o'clock on Q92 Radiosports.com and the Q92 YouTube channel. From Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium, Ryan Keller, Q92 Sports.
Well, thank you, Ryan. And now let's send things over out to Malvern. Our own Mike Dixon is there as the Hornets are getting set to host the Mogador Wildcats.
It's week 4 of the Ohio high school football season. I'm Mike Dixon alongside with Ryan Rowland live from Malvern Hornet Stadium, where the 2-1 Mogador Wildcats come to town to take on the 2-1 Malvern Hornets. Mogador comes into week 4 with wins over Crestwood and Canton Central Catholic, and coming off their first loss in week 3 to Dalton 28-19. The Wildcats are led by Maddox Smith, who has moved under center after spending last season as the team's running back. He has strong weapons in running back Connor Liner and wide receiver Cade Thomas. Don't forget about that hard-hitting Mogador defense led by Dylan Brendam at defensive end. Malvern comes into week 4 2-1 with wins over Valley Christian and Harrison Central, and losing to Martins Ferry. The Hornets are led by junior quarterback Jackson Jones, who has a 56% completion average and a quarterback rating of 49.3 with 365 yards. Roy Simmons is his leading target with 213 receiving yards and 2 touchdowns. Aaron Gore leads the backfield with 238 yards on 38 carries and 4 touchdowns. But don't count out the dominant Hornets defense that swarms the ball, with Owen Balls 21 tackles and Brody Powers also has 20 tackles leading the defense. Week 4 is set to kick off. Mogador, Malvern, 7 p.m. kickoff on Q92 Sports Network, presented by Charshone Auto Group.
Well, thank you, Mike. We appreciate that. Well, we are just about done with our game previews, but we will step aside for now. But when we come back, you'll hear the games that you can also listen to on AM 1310 WDPN and Q92. But first, you're listening to the high school football pregame show, streaming live right here on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
Welcome back, everybody, to the high school football pregame show on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel from Lowell Kleinfelter Field here at Canton Central Catholic. I'm Matt Corrali. Well, let's now go into the last of our game previews. Here is the game that you can hear on AM 1310 WDPN alongside right here on Q92 Radio's YouTube. It's Sam Berkwin. He's out in Marlington as the Dukes are getting set to welcome in the Louisville Leopards.
A big Week 4 matchup tonight here in Marlington as the 2-1 Marlington Dukes play host to the undefeated 3-0 Louisville Leopards. Hi, this is Sam Berkwin. You can join me and my partner Caleb Norick tonight at 7 o'clock as the Dukes take on the Leopards. Marlington off to that 2-1 start. Wins against Warrensville Heights 19-8 and Warren Howland 38-20. Only blemish on the record came last weekend against Northwest, where the Indians beat the Dukes by the score of 35-0. Speaking of the Louisville Leopards, undefeated, 3-0 for the first time since 2013. Last time these two teams got together, it was all Louisville. Leopards rolled in that one by the score of 38-13. Looking at the Marlington Dukes, Cam Evanich, what a year he is having at the wide receiver spot. 4 touchdowns, 326 receiving yards. He also has 106 yards on the ground. Meanwhile, for the Louisville Leopards, how about their defense? They have only given up 16 points all season long. So something kind of has to give tonight in Marlington. It's the Dukes, it's the Leopards. Join myself, Sam Berkwin, and Caleb Norick for all the play-by-play tonight. The kickoff is all set for 7 p.m. Sam Berkwin for AM 1310 WDPN and the Q92 Sports Network.
Well, thank you, Sam. And now for our Q92 Game of the Week, let's head out to Blue Streak Stadium in Lake as the Blue Streaks will welcome in the Perry Panthers. Here to break it down for us is Mr. Clint Scroggs.
The only matchup of undefeated teams in Stark County this week is in Uniontown, where the Lake Blue Streaks host the Perry Panthers. Perry reached 3-0 last week with a 25-14 win at Warren Harding. Connor Shepard ran 29 times for a county tops 203 yards and 2 touchdowns. Jonathan Lemon had 82 yards as Perry outgained the Raiders 420-186. Quarterback Cameron Treharn threw for 122 yards and a touchdown. Jaden Wilson had 4 catches for 91 yards, including a 37-yard TD on the last play of the first half. Treharn has thrown for 436 yards and 4 scores, while Shepard has 338 yards on the ground. Lemon is next with 326. Shepard led his team in tackles from the linebacker spot last week. The Panthers have outrushed their opponents in the first 3 weeks, 734 to 146. Jaden Wilson has 2 interceptions, including 1 return for a score. Lake went to 3-0 with a 34-28 win over Rocky River. The Blue Streaks led 27-7 at halftime, but held on at the end for the victory. Quarterback Alex Quire was 12 of 20 for 148 yards and a score. He also ran for 51 yards and 2 touchdowns on 9 carries. He and Davis Matson will have to pick up the slack for Coach Dan DeGeorge's son, Ty, who suffered a broken ankle 5 plays into the game. DeGeorge was a force on both sides this season, scoring 9 touchdowns and throwing for 1 in the first 2 weeks. He was also Lake's best defensive back. Matson returned from a preseason appendectomy to run for 173 yards and 2 scores on 26 carries. Quire has thrown for 525 yards and 4 TDs. Lake had won 3 straight in the series before Perry prevailed 17-7 last season. Panthers lead the series 23-14. It's Perry at Lake with kickoff at 7. For Q92 Sports, I'm Clint Scroggs.
Thank you, Clint. Now we'll step aside as when we come back, Robert had a chance to speak with both coaches before the matchup. But first, you're listening to the high school football pregame show here on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
Welcome back to Canton Central Catholic High School, everybody, and the Q92 Radio Sports' high school football pregame show inside Lowell Kleinfelter Field here on the gorgeous campus of Canton Central Catholic High. My name is Matt Corrali. Well, before this, we kick things off here inside C.C.C. My partner Robert Coleman spoke with both coaches before the matchup. Here is his interview with Salem's Ron Johnson.
This is Q92 Sports with Salem's head coach, Ron Johnson. Coach, how you doing?
Great, thanks. How you doing today?
Coach, what did you learn about your team last week?
They were pretty good.
Cletus Monroe is a tremendous athlete. What makes him so dynamic?
Cletus Monroe.
Cletus Monroe,
yeah.
Sorry.
He's he's just a dual threat guy. He's started at running back for us as a freshman. Then when our senior graduated, he became the quarterback for the last 3 years, and he can really play.
Okay. Canton Central is a strong program on offense and defense. What is the message to keep them in check?
Well, we know how well coached they are. Trucker does a great job. The staff's been here forever. They're good quality kids, first-class kids, and they're not going to make mistakes. So, we just have to make sure we take care of our own self, do what we need to do, and do it perfectly in order to keep them in check.
Coach, thank you for your time. Good luck tonight, and hopefully we can talk to you again after the game.
All right, and now here is the head coach of the Crusaders of Canton Central Catholic High, Jeff Lindesmith.
This is Q92 Sports with Canton Central's head coach, Jeff Lindesmith. Coach, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
Good. Coach, tough loss last week. What did you learn about your team, and what have you done this week to work on in practice?
Well, you know what? We showed some signs of improvement. Our physicality is getting better. We have a young team. So this week in practice, I thought it was probably the best week we've had when it comes to our offensive and defensive lines improving. They're a young group of kids that are learning the hard way at times. You have 15 years old and going up against 18-year-olds. It's a pretty big difference at times, but our kids are up to the challenge.
Coach, Canton Central is no stranger to Salem football. Do you think that will be an advantage tonight?
No, I don't think so. Our kids are usually prepared for who we have to play. Coach Johnson does a great job. Their quarterback is an outstanding player that we have known, I guess, for a couple of years. So I don't know if it's an advantage, but we still got to go out and play great team football.
Coach, thank you for your time tonight. Good luck, and hopefully we can talk to you again sometime soon.
All right, it's Salem. It's Canton Central Catholic here in Week 4 from Lowell Kleinfelter Field. That'll do it for the pregame show. We'll step aside for station identification and kickoff from C.C.C. right after this.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Salem and Canton Central Catholic, two teams that are very much looking for a win. Quakers at 1-2, Crusaders at 0-3.
Number 15.
The starters are being announced here for the Crusaders as we'll bring in my broadcast partner, Robert Coleman. Robert, this is going to be a game that these two teams are going to leave it all out there on the field because they desperately need a W.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they're coming into a similar situation they had last year. I mean, that was Canton Central's first win of the year, too. So this is definitely going to be an interesting game. I have keys for victory, too, for Canton Central, is to strike early. That's not something they've done this season. They need to do. For Salem, is to rely on their senior quarterback, Monroe. He's led the team in passing last year with over 1,035 yards, so I think he should do the job. So those are my two keys for victory.
What do you think is Cletus Monroy?
Yeah.
Cletus Monroy is our player to watch tonight, without a doubt, just because he's such a dual threat. How do you think this Central Catholic defense should defend him? Because it seems like a tall task.
They're definitely going to have to play their strengths. They're going to have to strike early. That's not something they've done this year. That's, in my opinion, how they should tackle him. He's also a converted quarterback. He wasn't originally a quarterback when he started playing football, so they could try to play to that not necessarily does a dual threat translate the greatest into being just a straight up quarterback. Most of the time, they're more of an athletic-y quarterback.
Yeah, and Braden Canna, especially, talking about how Monroy doesn't really line up at the quarterback position, how we can line up at different ones. Heck, Brandon Canna, their running back, he took a reverse last week for a 50-yard touchdown in the game to get out them to a 21-0 lead. This Salem offense can hurt you any which way. Canton Central Catholic has a solid offense too. Both teams have now taken the field. Central Catholic in their white helmets with the green circle, the white C.C. on both sides with the green stripe right down the middle. Green jerseys, white lettering, white pants with a green stripe going down both sides, and white socks. And for Salem, they'll come out in their typical road uniforms, their white jerseys, white pants, white socks, red lettering, red and black stripes on their shoulders, and their black and red helmets. We're ready to go inside Lowell Kleinfelter Field between the Quakers and the Crusaders. We're glad you're with us here on the Q92 Sports Network, on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel. The Crusaders won the toss. They have elected to defer, so Salem will get the ball to begin the night. Back deep for the Quakers. Looks to be number 2, Will Harmon on the left. And on the right, that looks to be number 20, Blake Bezon. On to do the honors for the Crusaders, number 39, Elijah Rossetti. And it is time for football in Canton, Ohio. Rossetti will approach the football. Toe meets leather. We're underway. It's a squib kick towards the left side. That'll be taken at around the 24 by number 16, Bayron Exline. He gets wrapped up pretty much around there at the 24. No gain on the return. So the Salem offense will take the field first. We talked about it earlier, Robert. Cletus Monroy, their quarterback, comes into tonight. 387 yards through the air, just under 68% passing, 3 touchdowns, 2 picks. Here's the crazy part. He rushes just a yard less on the season through the first 3 games, 386 yards on the ground. He has 6 rushing touchdowns, a total of 9 in 2025.
When I did my prep last night, I was looking at a lot of his stats. Some of them, honestly, are competitive with some of the best quarterbacks in the state.
One receiver left, three right. Here's the first play of the game, and it goes through the hands on a wide receiver screen to Braden Canna. It's incomplete, 2nd down and 10. Just one of those things where it's a little bit of a whoops, just right through the midst.
Right through the wicket post.
So Salem will try to adjust 2nd down and 10 as Monroy's in the shotgun. One receiver lone left, that is Liam Pearson. And trips right. Here's the snap. Monroy on a give. This is the halfback, Tyler Stevis. And he goes down the left side. I beg your pardon. This is Braden Canna. 45-40, 35-30. Makes a cut 25 as he's brought down at the 24-yard line. Saving the touchdown for the Crusaders was Vincent Schiaretti in the secondary. A big run there, flipping the field. 1st down, Salem. He just had a lane Robert on the left sideline and just did not slow down.
Yeah, Can Central really did not see him coming.
One receiver left, 4 receivers out wide right. The lone man for Salem is Maxton Ellis. Salem going right to left. Monroy takes the shotgun snap, goes left in between the hashes 20, taking defenders with him all the way to about the 17-yard line. It'll be a run of 8. And that'll be a 2nd down and 2. So you can kind of see how Salem's rushing attack can beat you in a lot of ways here early, Robert.
Yeah, definitely. And it's something, as I said, for Central, they're going to have to make sure they strike early because that's something they haven't done in the past 3 games.
Monroy in the shotgun. Canna at his right hip. Twins left, one right. Wide receiver screen on the left. It's caught. This is number 14, Owen Davidson, down the left side, and he's out of bounds inside the 5. Or, excuse me, that'll be at the 7. It'll be a play of 9. It'll be 1st and goal for the Quakers as they are striking here early. 11:05 left to go in the first, scoreless, but the Quakers are in the red zone, and it is brought to you by RG Drag. Every visit to the red zone this year on the Q92 Sports Network. Learn, earn, and succeed. 2 receivers left, none to the right. Monroy on the shotgun. Canna is at his right hip. Central has 4. Make that 5 in the box. Here's the snap. Monroy on the keeper. So there's the right side 10. Going for the edge 5. Monroy has the end zone. Touchdown, Salem. They go 76 yards on just 4 plays to begin the ball game, and the Quakers make a statement here early. On to kick the extra point. Gerson Samayoa. He's ready. So are the linemen as they get down. The snap is good. Hold down. Kick on the way. It's deflected, but it is good. 10:50 left to go in the first. The Quakers strike first and in a hurry. 7-0 Salem. When we return, you're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Drag students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Drag to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Drag, where careers begin.
7-0 Salem in front. 10:50 left to go here in the first quarter. The Quakers take the opening drive, use the running game to their perfection. It was highlighted by a Brandon Kano run that pretty much flipped the field from his 23 to the opposing 23, and they're going to have to make that a point of emphasis. If you are Central Catholic head coach Jeff Lindesmith on the sideline, we need to close in and stop the run.
Definitely, they're going to have to strike on this play. Or, I mean, on this possession.
Well, we'll see if they can, as teeing it up is Ronan Sutter, as he will approach the football, and it is a booming kick going towards the right. It is returned at around the 13 on the right side, 20. This is Teddy Seary. The freshman is brought down back at the 20. Tackle made there by Sean Hoffman, and the Crusaders will take the field. No Brock Berkwin tonight for Central Catholic. He ended up hurting his wrist last week. By the way, a distant relative of our own Sam Berkwin. So in at quarterback, it will be Paul Manson, number 27. He will run it on the first play on a handoff to about the 23-yard line. The give on that one was to Kenny Stroud, and that'll be a gain of a couple. Actually, make it 2. It'll be second down and 8. Kenny Stroud last week led the Crusaders in rushing, 50 yards on 20 carries, averaging 4 yards a carry. He has a touchdown. The longest run of the season so far for Stroud is 36. They give it to him on second and 8, right side, breaks the tackle at 25. He's taken down at around the 26-yard line. Stop made by Will Harmon. He went low for that one. A good sound technique tackle as Central now has a third down upcoming. Big substitution here made on both sides. We might see the first pass for the Crusaders and Paul Manson. As it's a 3rd and 5, ball is on the 27. One receiver left, trips right. Manson to the shotgun, takes a snap. Here comes the blitz, picked up nicely. Now he's lost the ball. He gets rocked at the 15, and Salem might have fallen back on top of it, and they do.
That was a tough hit for the Crusaders, honestly. I saw that.
Holy cow. Paul Manson took a huge blow, but he got right back up and is okay. A lethal hit delivered there, but I believe that looked to be Hunter Markham, the linebacker. And it looked to be recovered by Braden Van Dyne. So now the ball is spotted on the 14-yard line. Salem offense will trot out onto the field. They have another opportunity here quickly to strike in the RG drag red zone. Ball is spotted at the 14, 1st and 10. Trips left, one to the right. Monroy in the shotgun. Canna at his right hip. He takes a snap and rolls right. Monroy. He'll throw it for the end zone. Wide open man in the right corner. It was Owen Davidson for the Quaker touchdown. And with less than 4 minutes into the game, Cletus Monroy has one through the air and has one on the ground. A quick 13-0 lead for Salem. On to try the extra point again, Gerson Samayoa. He's ready to go. His linemen go down. And here's the snap. It's a little bit high, but they get it down, and the kick is up. The kick is good. 9:28 left to go in the first. A fast 14-0 lead for the Quakers here on the road. 9:28 left to go in the first. You're listening to high school football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
9:28 left to go in the opening quarter. Salem out to a fast 14-0 lead. Here on the road, Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you inside Lowell Kleinfelter Field at Central Catholic. And Robert, they took advantage of the turnover and scored in just 2 plays.
Yeah, this Canton Central is definitely going to have to try to get something going here on this possession.
Yes, they do, because they suddenly find themselves down in a 14-0 hole. Here's the kick. It'll take a bounce for number 29, Teddy Siri, going to his right. He gets wrapped up at around the 18-yard line. Tackle made on that one by Lucas Adams, the senior. And Central Catholic will have to quickly knock the dust off of that First drive that was on a sack and a fumble off a huge hit by the Quaker defense. As they, on the other side, look to capitalize off this momentum. One receiver left, two right. Now they send a man in motion. It's an end-around run to the left with number 81, Carter Competti, as he's brought down behind the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by Will Harmon. It'll be a no gain, actually, on the play. They're going to mark him down that he's got back to the line. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. Ball spotted on the left hash. What do you think, Robert, has just been so well with the Salem defense on their rushing attack? Because clearly they have gotten to the ball in a hurry.
They've definitely been on. They've definitely been on the target from the very beginning. I saw that hit, and really their defense has been on point.
Rolling out to his right is Manson, and he's tripped up. He had to throw it away. It was incomplete.
It was intended for number 15.
That was Mike Bajornis, the sophomore wideout. For Manson, a sophomore in there, 5'8", 140 pounds. Also plays defensive back. And Jeff Lindesmith knows that this team is young, right? This is a young crew. There are only 6 seniors on the roster, so their best football is ahead of them. But for the chance to get win number 1 would be huge. On 3rd down, here's Manson. Looking long, he'll have to throw it. Downfield, middle of the field, it is going to be incomplete at the 50. Trying to go backwards and having to make that adjustment was Cooper Miller. On the coverage there, or should I say that was Timothy Staub, but on the coverage there for Salem was Lucas Adams, the safety. And it'll be a 3-and-out for Central Catholic as they will boot it away.
Axel Estrada to punt for the Green and White. Back deep.
On to punt is one of the linemen in the form of number 59, Cyrus Scorby, 5'9", $155. Back deep are 2 return men for Salem, one being Will Harmon. Or excuse me, number 59 is actually Axel Estrada, a sophomore. He boots it, a little bit of a knuckleball punt, taken there by Harmon at around the 49-40. He has a seam in the middle of the field. He's brought down at the 35-yard line, and Salem set up again in nice field position, trying to capitalize. So if you're head coach Jeff Lindesmith, Robert, what do you think you're telling your defense in the huddle? Because clearly you don't want this game to get out of hand, but Salem has really taken control of this one here early.
Well, if I was him, I'd definitely tell them to watch out for Salem's defense. You got to be there. You also got to watch out for their offense here. On the first touchdown, Salem kind of just breezed by, and it looked like Central Catholic wasn't even watching.
We'll see what happens on this one. One receiver left. We have some whistles initially. It looks as though that one of the Crusaders may have to come out. That's number 22, Vincent Schiaretti, one of their captains on this defensive unit. Patrick Schiaretti, his brother, is now into the game. Ball is on the 36-yard line of the Crusaders for Salem, and it's a 1st and 10. One receiver out left. The lone man is Owen Davidson, one right. They have a fullback package here. Under center is Monroy. It's a run with Will Harmon going towards the left side, and he gets stonewalled at around the 35-yard line. They'll give him the 34. It'll be a gain of 2, but that Central Catholic defensive line closing in. I believe that looked to be number 53, C.J. Bishel, leading the charge there for the Crusaders. It'll be a 2nd and 8.
If you're Coach Lindesmith, that's the kind of defensive plays you want to see. They weren't doing that the beginning of this first quarter.
We'll see if that can continue. 2nd down and 8. One receiver left. That is Owen Davidson, one out to the right. Same look here for the Crusaders as it was the first play. This time Monroy in a play action. He's in trouble getting sacked. Gets out of it. Gets out of another, and he's on the move. 35-30. Left side 25. Monroy spinning. Still turning the legs as he's down at the 23-yard line. An unbelievable run by Cletus Monroy. It's a 1st down for the Quakers on a gain of 12, and that's how he can beat you. The improvisation, getting away from 2 sacks, and he moves the chains seemingly by himself.
Yeah, he kind of had a trick play there. He almost made it look like he was going to throw, and then he went for to run it. Central Catholic's defense was on him, but then he shook him off and made it to move the change.
Officially a run of 11. First and 10. Twins left, one right. Monroy in the shotgun and the pistol look. They fake the hammer off. Monroy looking left. Oh, he gets blown up. The ball was out, and it's picked up by the Crusaders.
There is a flag on the play.
Going the other way is Vincent Schiaretti. 25-20. Chased by the running back, Hukina. He won't catch him. Touchdown, Canton Central Catholic.
I did think
a flag did come in late alongside the Central Catholic sideline. We'll have to check the penalty, but for now it is a scoop and score that goes for 66 yards.
Oh, they're going to go with a touchdown then.
Penalty was declined. 6 points for Canton Central Catholic. An unreal turn of events here at Lowell Kleinfelter Field. Vincent Schiaretti. The play there was picked up by Bischel. And he took it back to the house. Looks as though that they're needing another ball in terms of trying to get the one for the PAT. 7:03 left to go here in the first. It's Salem 14, Central Catholic 6. They're going to try the extra point after a 66-yard scoop and score from defensive lineman C.J. Bischel, number 53. An awesome play. Now here's the extra point incoming. Snap is good. Hold down. Kick on the way. And the PAT is good, courtesy of Elijah Rossetti. 7:03 left to go. In the blink of an eye, the Crusaders are back in it. Salem 14, Canton Central Catholic 7. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Welcome back, everybody. 7:03 left to go here in the opening quarter. Salem 14, Canton Central Catholic 7. If you're just joining us, I'm sorry. You missed a big play. C.J. Bischel of Central Catholic, the defensive lineman, on a scoop and score 66-yard fumble recovery for a touchdown. After Vincent Schiaretti got in the backfield to Salem quarterback Cletus Monroy, jarring the bar out on a beautiful hit. On a boot away for Central Catholic is a Rossetti. It's a line drive squibber that goes through, and it's touched, and now at the 11, it's returned by Will Harmon. Harmon trying to change direction. 10, 15. He's taken down at the 18-yard line. Still waiting for a number. The tackle made on that one, it was Carter Competti. So the Salem offense will now have to try and get some of this momentum back after an uncharacteristic turnover there from Cletus Monroy, Robert.
Definitely. That was in my keys to the victory for Canton Central Catholic was the team striking early, and they're getting it done here.
We'll see if they can continue to try and keep this momentum going, either offensively, defensively, any way you want. One receiver left and right, fullback look in for Salem. It's a run with Harmon to the 25-yard line. I beg your pardon, that's Braden Canna, actually. It'll go for about 9 yards on the play. Or they're going to give it to him. On a 10-yard gain, it's going to be a first down. He was tackled down right at the line of scrimmage. He went on the right side and managed to find a hole and get enough for a first down. Lone receivers out left and right for Salem. Fullback package again. Monroy under center. Will go play action. Monroy avoiding a sack. Now will launch a wobbler down the right sideline. It's incomplete. He had a man in the general direction in the form of Xavier Kinsey, but we do have a flag in the backfield. The officials are discussing it now. And it's going to be a hold against the Quakers. No PA for our referee tonight. So he just marked for the second time holding against the offense. So that'll move the Quakers back to a first down and 20. 6:18 left to go here in the opening quarter. Quakers on top 14-7 on Central Catholic. One receiver left and right. Two men are at Monroy's hip in the backfield. They send a man in motion out wide right to his left. That's Bayron X line. It's a quarterback wrap with Monroy, who spins out of tackles, going toward his left 20. 25 down the sideline, 30. He's whipped out of bounds at around the 35. Two flags are down in the backfield. Could this be another hold on Salem? It was thrown around the time Monroy was having open space, so it very well could be. This could really hurt the Quakers offensively after what was a really impressive start here on the road.
There wasn't a lot of speed on that play for the Quakers, I can tell you that.
Our officials are still discussing here. And it looks as though that one of them are maybe disagreeing. But here's the call, personal foul against Salem. Could be a chop block, I believe. But they will move the ball even more back. The ball was spotted at the 10-yard line. It'll be a first down and 28. Calling it an illegal jump ball, if I'm not mishearing the public address announcer here. Never heard of that one before. But oh well, you see something new every day. Twins right, none to the left, Monroy under center. They send a man in motion and more flags come in. Every official on that one threw the laundry.
I'd be interested to see what it's for this time.
Man, it's a false start against Salem.
Yeah, I think it was number 44, the way I was seeing him move.
Could have also been an illegal formation. That was Xavier Kinsey, the junior halfback who was listed in a fullback spot there.
They're also saying number 33.
That was Josh Kinker, the senior. Well, now, ball was now spotted at the 6-yard line as Monroy will just give it on a run. Breaking a tackle on a spin is Canna, and he's wrapped up at around the 5. The 6-yard line, it'll be a gain of 1. And that'll bring up a second down and 32. 4 straight penalties for the Quakers. And these are ways, Robert, straight up, that you could just lose games.
Definitely. They've been losing yards here.
2nd and 42. Monroy on the right side has a hole 10. 15. Monroy 20. He'll lower the shoulder, be tackled down at around the 22-yard line, maybe the 23. Leading the entourage on the stop for the Crusader was Mike Bajornis, the sophomore defensive back, 6'1", 155 pounds. So it'll be a 3rd and 14. He got a good chunk of yardage back. That'll be a gain of 22 when all said and done. So it is now a 3rd and definitely somewhat manageable compared to what Salem had to face earlier in the drive. 2 receivers left. Monroy under center. Canna's the back. They'll give it to him. Canna straight up the gut. Nowhere to go. Flag down to the backfield. Could be the 5th penalty against Salem in this drive alone. 30 penalty yards so far, and from the reaction of this Central Catholic crowd, that's the case. It's a hold. The penalty is declined, so it'll be a 4th down here on Salem's 5th penalty of the night. 4:41 left to go in the opening quarter, and what a first quarter it's been. Salem 14, Canton Central Catholic 7. The Quakers look like they go for it, but now Monroy, who does punting duties as well, will take a few steps back. Here's the snap, the catch, and the punt. A little bit of a knuckler down the right side, takes some Salem, bounces inside the 30, and rolls out of bounds at around the 25-yard line. We'll step aside just a few seconds for station identification.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Alongside Robert Coleman, I'm Matt Corrali. 4:28 left to go here in the first. Salem 14, Canton Central Catholic 7. The Crusader defense, with back-to-back stops after giving up back-to-back touchdowns, will now get the ball back offensively and try and tie this game if they could go down and score. They've struggled a little bit here on offense, but anything can change. We've seen that here in this game. On first down, it's an end-around play with Carter Competti down the left sideline. He's tackled out of bounds at around the 25. He might get a gain of 1. And they're going to say that he did not. He's out of bounds at the 26, second down and 10. Central Catholic coming into this one 0-3. Coming off a loss to Orville, 28-7 here at home. As 2 of those scores for the Red Riders were defensive touchdowns on 2nd and 10. A little bit of a botched handoff that sees Crusader quarterback Paul Manson going backwards. On the stop there for the Quakers was Maxton Ellis, the sophomore linebacker, and now it'll be a 3rd and long, as that was a little bit of a nightmare play for Central Catholic on that one. When all's said and done, it's going to be a loss of 8. The ball was spotted on the 18. It'll be a 3rd and 18. As I know, so far, this is a run-heavy offense. You don't have your starter out there due to injury, but you could be expecting a pass here. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. In the shotgun is Manson. Here's the snap. They try to go screen, but it's batted down, nearly picked off by Xavier Kinsey, the junior linebacker. It'll bring up 4th down, and out comes the punting unit here for the Crusaders. If Kinsey were to just squeeze it with his right hand, and if he were to go to his right, he had a wide open area to get this thing back to a 2-score game. But alas, the Crusaders will punt for the 2nd time tonight. Axel Estrada, their lineman, on to boot it away to their 2-man return team here for Salem on punts. It's a short kick going towards the right side. It'll bounce out of bounds in Crusader territory at around the 42-yard line, and Salem will take over there. We'll bring it back here to the booth. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman, 2:57 left in the first. Crusaders get the ball up 14-7. Your initial reactions to what you've seen in a wild first quarter?
Definitely. It's been a wild first quarter. That touchdown by Canton Central Catholic was amazing. I'll give you that. The way he pretty much did that, and he was all gas straight on to the end zone.
72 degrees at kickoff. By the end of this one, we should be at 64. Beautiful night.
Definitely
for
not
football.
Not a cloud in the sky.
Absolutely not. 2 receivers left. Fullback in the backfield for Monroy and the Quakers on a pitch to the running back, Braden Canna. Left side trying to break through, but he's tackled down at the 39-yard line. A hard-earned yard gain on that one, as leading the charge there for the Crusaders was Griffin Rohr, the linebacker. Ball spotted at the 39. Great job there by the Crusaders crashing in on that run game. Salem claps out of the huddle. 1 receiver left and right. Monroy in the shotgun. Here's the snap. Monroy will run it right. He'll keep it on the option 40. 35. Try to break out of a tackle. He's down at around the 32-yard line. Make it the 31. It'll be a gain of 9 on the play, and the Quakers will have a 3rd and 1 upcoming. And with this running attack that Salem has, they can really succeed on these short yardage operations. 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 3rd and inches, just because they have so many threats that can run the football.
Especially when the ball was returned into Canton Central Catholic's territory.
We'll see if they can take advantage of that. Receiver left and right. Fullback, they pitch it to Cannon, who goes straight up the gut. Now to the right side. He has a 1st down and more. Tackled down at the 27. It'll go for a gain of 5 and a new set of downs for Salem. You rarely see a pitch that goes behind you, or straight up, I should say. But Brandon Cannon, great awareness. He saw a hole collapsing in the middle, and he just bounced it outside of the right. Minute 23 and counting left to go. Salem 14-7 and driving. Ball was on the Canton Central Catholic 27. Monroy on the shotgun. We'll flip it around to Byron Exline, who has room on the right side. 25-20, 15-10. Makes a cut 5. Touchdown Quakers. 27-yard end-around run. For Byron Exline. And the Quakers get back to within 2 scores. It's 20-7 here with 1:09 in the first. On to do the extra point, senior Gerson Samayoa. An impressive drive there from Salem. The linemen are down. Snap good. Hold down. Samayoa's PAT is up. It is good. $1:09 left to go in the first. Salem 21. Central Catholic 7. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
1:09 left to go here in the first. Salem 21, Central Catholic 7. Matt Carelli, Robert Coleman with you inside Lowell Kleinfelter Field on the gorgeous campus of Central Catholic High with their team down 2 scores again. But they were down 14-0 early in the first and got that defensive spark plug from that 66-yard fumble recovery from C.J. Bitchell. So anything can happen here, Robert. On to kick it away for Salem is, I believe, to be number 42, Ronan Sutter. He boots it, short kick to the 20-yard line. This is going to be returned, I believe, it'll be August Kramer as he's brought down at the 35-yard line. A flag flies in. Excuse me, that's actually the freshman Teddy Siri on the return. And the officials will discuss this one. A heavy penalized first quarter. It's been one-sided, more so on Salem, and it all came from one drive due to multiple false starts and illegal motions. And we'll see what's the verdict here. Looks like it's a personal foul against Central Catholic. They're moving the ball back. And they'll spot it down to the 25-yard line. So some work to do for Paul Manson and company. Down 2 scores. They come out, trips left, 1 to the right. Manson in the shotgun. Running back to his left hip is Kenny Stroud. Here's the snap. Manson, quick throw to the right. Little too high, incomplete. Wanted to get Mike Bajornis. It would have been his second target of the night. On the coverage there for Salem, trailing behind was the junior DB Adrian Galanis. That'll bring up a 2nd and 10 with 58 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Central Catholic claps out of the huddle. 2 receivers line up wide to the left and right. In the shotgun for Central Catholic is Manson. It is a run with Carter Competti. Breaks out of a small hole and is down at around the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of about 8.5. They're going to spot it at around the 33, make it the 34. It's a gain of 9 officially for Competti and a 3rd and 1.
I'll give you that. He took that play as far as he could.
Absolutely. I mean, he had to break a couple tackles to get that 9 yards. And now Central Catholic has set up shop. But can the Salem defense stop him?
He practically had his feet tied.
One receiver right, three backs from the backfield. It's a give to the running back. This is Kenny Stroud. It's a break through. The ball comes out. It's free on the return here for Salem and brought down at the 35-yard line. Looks to be number 10, and it is Hunter Markham, the junior linebacker. Second fumble on the night for Central Catholic. And that is a killer because now the ball was spotted at the 34-yard line. And we have zeros on the clock here in the first. The Central Catholic defense is still on the field, and now they take back. That'll do it for a wild first quarter at Central Catholic High. Salem on top, 21-7. We'll take a break and give you the second quarter. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Matt Carotli, Robert Coleman with you. Inside Central Catholic High, Salem up 21-7. They're going to get the ball back after a fumble recovery from the Quakers. They're second through the first quarter. Taking a look at some scores. Through one, McKinley and Glen Oak tied at 7. Also at the end of the first, Hoover on top of Green on the road, 14-0. And in our Q92 game of the week, Perry on top of Lake, 7-0. A minute 27 left to go in the first. You can listen to those games and more right here on the Q92 Radio YouTube channel. Robert, your big takeaways from what was an odd first 12 minutes of football.
There were a lot of errors on Can Central Catholic side. They got to make sure to keep hold of the ball, and they got to make sure they see the Quakers' defense and offense coming, make sure they're covering.
Yeah, 2 turnovers here in those first 12 minutes for the Crusaders. They come out 4 wide receivers line up to the left, 1 right. Now 2 of them will go to the backfield, each at the hip of quarterback Quidus Monroy. Now they send another receiver out in motion to the right. It's a read option with Monroy to the right, 35. Breaks a tackle 30, down the sideline 25. Makes a nice stutter move. He's roped up at the 21-yard line. A flag flies in from the secondary. And could this be a late hold as Monroy was making the moves down the right side? And this has been the one Achilles heel for Salem. It's the flags, and that's exactly what it is. So they'll bring this ball back, and it's just something you definitely have to get rid of if you're Salem. You're up 2 scores. You can really have a huge swing of momentum as much if you need it already. If you score here, the penalties are really going to kill you.
Definitely, they're going to have to watch.
Twins left and right. Monroy on the shotgun. We have another whistle. And it looks as though the head coach, Ron Johnson, wants to have a word with the referee.
That brings us to the end of the first quarter.
Oh, would you look at that? It turns out that the public address announcer said that'll bring us to the end of the first, but it seems as though Cletus Monroy's run turned out to be the final play of the first. How about that? So we'll take another break. Salem on top 21-7. The second quarter officially coming your way after this here on the Q92 Sports Network.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
All right, so now we've gotten things in order. We'll begin the second quarter here. Salem on top 21-7. The Central Catholic defense is out onto the field. Ron Johnson, the head coach of the Quakers, talking with his offense now. Johnson in his 14th year as the head man at Salem, career record of 66 and 75. This is also a young team. We're seeing two squads that are looking to just get varsity experience and get those reps under the Friday night lights. So Monroy, a senior, however, is in the shotgun. They send a man in motion. He takes a snap. Here's a jet touch pass to the left with Will Harmon. On the left side, Harmon was turning on the Jets, 25-20, breaks a tackle 10, down the left sideline 5, into the end zone for a 35-yard touchdown. A flag is down, however, in the backfield. And Ron Johnson has to just be livid as there's a holding on Salem. It'll take off 6 from the board. My gosh. Just total drive killers. And that's the first instance that we saw it, Robert, where it took away points off the board.
Yeah, there's been a lot of flags on the play tonight.
Yes, there has. 11:51 left to go here in the second quarter. Glad you're with us here on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel. Now it'll be a first down and 11 off the Salem hold. Twins left and right. Monroy in the shotgun. Canna at his right hip. Monroy on a 3-step drop, takes a snap. Plenty of time launching it deep over the middle of the field. It's gone at around the 1-yard line near the goal line. The catch was made by Canna. Or I beg your pardon, that's Will Harmon, the wideout. What a ball from Cletus Monroy. It's first and goal. Quakers at the 1.
That was an amazing throw, honestly. That was textbook, really.
Ron Johnson told us during the week that Cletus Monroy can really spin it. 5'9" is Canna. Cletus Monroy is 6'1" quarterback, 182 pounds. This one will take it right up the gut himself, in for the Quaker touchdown. Cletus Monroy on a 1-yard rush gives Salem their largest lead of the night. It's a 20-point ball game with the extra point upcoming with 11:05 left to go in the first half. On to kick the PAT is Gerson Samayoa. On to hold is Braden Van Dyne, the sophomore. Linemen go down, and one of the Crusaders seemingly jumped. And we have flags out. It's going to be offsides against Central Catholic. So now, if I'm not mistaken, I was going to say we could see them go for 2 because of it, but it looks as though that Salem will kick the extra point anyway. 27-7 lead. They'll readjust. And Samayoa's ready. His holder, Braden Van Dyne, is ready. Linemen go down. Snap good. Hold down. Samayoa's PAT is good. 11:05 left to go in the first half. Salem on top of Canton Central Catholic, 28-7. We'll step aside, but on the other side, it's high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, presented by the Sarshone Auto Group.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
11:05 left to play here in the first half. At Noel Kleinfelter Field, it's Central Catholic Salem on top 28-7 after constructing a great drive. That was capitalized by a 45-yard pass from Cletus Monroy to Will Harmon that was down at the 1. A great ball from the senior quarterback. And he was able to punch it in from a yard out himself. Ronan Sutter on a booted away for Salem. Man back deep for the Crusaders is Teddy Siri as the kick, and we have a flag. Boy, I'll tell you what, this has been one of the more penalty-heavy first halves that I've done. And we're in the first half.
To crack a joke, there's more flags on the field than there is during Flag Day.
It's a false start on Salem, so that'll bring the ball back.
I like the way the ref threw the ball in the field.
Yeah. Well, they've been busy. About 12 penalties so far. And we have hit 11:05 left to go here in the first half. So that'll move the ball back to the 35-yard line where Sutter will tee it up. Teddy Siri back deep for Central Catholic. Arm goes up in the air. He approaches the football, and it's a line drive knuckleballer that'll be taken at the 25-yard line by number 81, Carter Competti. He's at the 35, and he's brought down out of bounds at around the 38-yard line. So Canton Central Catholic trying to bring this thing to within 2 scores. And it's just tough sledding for this offense. They tried to run, they tried to throw. It's just they can get nothing done against this tough Salem defense.
Yeah, it's an uphill battle right now for Canton Central Catholic.
And especially when you have guys, juniors that are leading the linebacking core, Kevin Blackburn and Xavier Kinsey, Will Harmon and Cletus Monroy, who had 100 tackles this season ago. It's really tough to do, as there is a loss for yardage as Christian Green, this is actually Carter Competti. He's being brought down. It'll be a loss of what looks to be 8 yards, trying to do an end around, and it's a second down and long. 2nd and 18. One receiver left, trips right. In the shotgun is Manson. He takes a snap, rolls right. Manson looking downfield, throws it to the right sideline. Wide open man, 45, 40 along the sideline to the 41-yard line. Still waiting on a number on who caught the ball, but he was just left alone. It'll go for 27 yards. That looked to be number 15, Mike Bajornis. He was just all by himself along the sideline. And now they go under center and a handoff here with Kenny Stroud as he's tackled at around the 41, maybe the 40-yard line. They're going to give him 2 yards, and it'll be a 2nd down and 8. And that is exactly what the Crusaders needed. Their longest play of the night, 27-yard pass.
Yeah, it was an amazing throw, honestly. It was textbook there, especially his footwork, how he went back there and then threw it.
Can it give...
He read the defense for Salem perfectly.
He did. 9:32 and counting left to go in the first half. It's a 2nd and 8. Ball spotted on the Salem 40. Just the second time all night the Crusader defense has reached enemy territory. They send a man in motion. They fake an end around. And here is Manson thrown along the sideline. Catch made. Number 81, Carter Competti at the 35-yard line. They get a little closer now. It's going to be a 3rd down and 2. They're going to give him the 34. Manson rolled out to his right, and it was Competti on a slant route to his right, and he makes a great diving catch. So 3rd and 2, they hurry to the huddle, or to the line, I should say. Manson under center. 3 backs are in the backfield. Lone receiver out wide left. They give it to Stroud, and the Quakers trip him up. Making the tackle for Salem was number 66, Connor White, the junior lineman. No gain on the play, and now it's decision time for Jeff Lindesmith on this 4th down. Vincent Schiaretti gets the play call, their wide receiver. They will go for it here on 4th and 2. Two backs are in the backfield. Lone receiver out wide right, Mike Bajornis. And one of the Crusaders jumped. It was their right tackle that looked to be Estrada on a false start. And now they will have to punt. And especially with Central Catholic here, Robert, it's just these mental errors, these penalties that it'll get better as time goes on, but right now you definitely have to work out those, kinks and all that good stuff here. So it'll be a 4th and 7. They look as though that they're going to go for it. Trips left, one right. Harmon takes the snap, pumps, in trouble, throws it over the middle, wide open man, 20, 15 middle, the hash marks, 10, 5, touchdown, Crusaders! It's Patrick Schiaretti! That was 37 yards.
That was amazing, honestly, how they tricked that, especially with 4th down. That's something you only see in Madden. You don't really see that in real life.
A risky call from Jeff Lindesmith, as after a false start on a 4th and 2, they still go for it on 4th and 7, and it pays off in riches for the Crusaders. On to try the PAT is Elijah Rossetti. Snap is good. Hold down. Rossetti's kick is up, and it is good. 7:36 left to go in the first half. Salem 28, Canton Central Catholic 14. We'll take a break, but you're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Well, Canton Central Catholic cuts the lead to 2 scores. It's 28-14, Quakers in front, as on 4th and 7. They convert a 36-yard touchdown pass from Paul Manson to Patrick Schiaretti, the sophomore wideout, 5'11", 170 pounds. He caught it at around the 20 in the middle of the hash marks, and Robert, he had nothing but green grass in front of him.
Honestly, that play was one of the best ones of the night, next to the big rushing pass by Canton Central Catholic tonight. 2 amazing plays.
Yeah, and Salem has had some awesome plays as well offensively, but Central Catholic not going away, as on to boot it is Axel Estrada at around the 10-yard line. It'll be taken out there by Will Harmon. Harmon going to his right 30, 35. Harmon at the 40. Harmon sideline 45 on the left as he gets wrestled out of bounds there at around the 47-yard line of Salem. That's where the Quakers will set up shop. 7:22 left to go here in the second quarter. Salem comes in with a record of 1-2. 32 players have returned from a season ago in a year where they went 3-7, went 2-3 in the EBC. Many of them got sophomore experience when, and Ron Johnson just said they just weren't ready. They lost 4 straight games last year on the final play, including 2 in overtime, and they very realistically, he said, could have won 8 games a season ago. Now trying to get his team back to 500 tonight on first down. Monroy's in the shotgun. Just a 4-man rush. Monroy throws left side. It's dropped. Along the sideline, it would have been a first down for number 22, Maxton Ellis. The tight end's first target just gets out of his mitts, and it's a 2nd and 10. A matter of fact, the first game, or should I say the second game, rather, of that stretch where Salem lost on the final play, as on 2nd and 10. We'll have the answer for you after this play. It's a run up the middle with Will Harmon that goes for 3. He's tackled down at the 50, and it'll be a 3rd and 7 upcoming for Salem. That game was to these Canton Central Catholic Crusaders in SIBO Stadium. A 24-21 win for Central Catholic in double overtime. And here's the crazy part, Robert, because you pointed this out to me earlier. These two teams also played in Week 4, and they had the exact same records they have this year, 1-4 and 0-3.
Definitely a serendipitous moment.
Absolutely. Well, we have multiple flags, and pretty much everyone but the center was on a false start. That may be the 15th penalty for Salem. Or should I say 13th for Salem, 15th between the two. It has been a penalty-heavy first half. Monroy on the shotgun. To his right hip is Will Harmon. 2 receivers to his left. They send a man in motion. That is Byron Exline. And it's going to be a quarterback keeper up the gut fighting for it. Is Monroy. He's down at the 49-yard line. It'll be a run of about 3. It'll bring up 4th down. And now the tides have turned a little bit here in favor of the green and white.
Definitely, they have the momentum.
Back deep here for Central Catholic is number 13, Thomas Grisey. And Monroy's on to punt. He takes his steps back as it looks as though they go for it. And that look, and Monroy is going for it. Up the middle, it's a 1st down and more. 35-30, cuts left 25, 20, 15, 10. Monroy stutter 5. He's tackled down at the 2.
I gotta say, that was another Madden-style play. That's stuff you really don't see in real life until now.
Ron Johnson rolls the dice, and it comes out in favor of the Quakers. He's out of bounds at the 2. A 40-yard rush on a 4th and 7 fake punt. And now Monroy will go under center. Twins right. Fullback in the backfield along with the running back, Harmon. They give it to him right up the gut. Touchdown, Salem. It's the first on the night for Brandon Canna. They have used the big play to their advantage, sometimes diving into their bag of tricks. And now they're back up by 20. It's 34-14. On a try the extra point, Gerson Samayoa. Snap good, hold down, kicks on the way. The kick splits the uprights. 5:24 left to go here in the first half. Salem on top of Canton Central Catholic, 35-14. We'll take a break. This is high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
Salem 35, Canton Central Catholic 14. 5:24 left to go here in the first half. Thanks for having us in on your Friday night. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you. Quakers about to boot it away as Salem capitalizes after a 40-yard fake punt rush from Cletus Monroy, and they punch it in from 2 yards out with Brandon Canna a day, or a play later, I should say, and everything is coming up Quakers here on the road.
Yeah, I'm still amazed by that fake-out pass.
On to kick it away is Ronan Sutter. Short kick, taking it around the 13 with Teddy Seary going toward his right side. Seary stays on his feet. A flag is down. 35, the ball comes out. They're going to say that he was down by contact at the 35, but we do have a penalty, so we'll see where this goes. Officials are discussing. A referee comes out to deliver us the call. Again, no PA for him tonight, as it'll be a hold against Central Catholic on the return. So the ball will be backed up here, as it's definitely been a game of waves in terms of how Central Catholic has been kind of adjusting, because they have struggled, but the positive plays, Robert, seem to be ones that are really big and really rare to pull off.
Yeah, that last flag was holding on Central, too. There's definitely been so many flags and penalties in this game, it's not even funny.
One receiver left, two right. And the shotgun here for Central Catholic is Paul Manson, as he will give on a delay to Kenny Stroud as he's brought down at around the 20. No gain on the play, second down 10, as we hit the 5-minute mark here in the first half. Mo Kleinfelter Field at Central Catholic. Fans, just as a reminder, make sure you keep it here for the halftime show. We'll have our Q92 news from our Alliance studio with Jeff Mears. We'll take a look at the scoreboard of Week 4 scores in Stark County, and we'll have analysis and highlights of this one from Central Catholic High. They break out of the huddle. Two receivers come out wide to the left, make that three. A lone man out to the right. Central Catholic going right to left. In the shotgun is Manson. Stroud to his left hip. Manson drops back, takes the snap, rolling left. Manson won't fire it. Dart, it's incomplete. And a late flag comes in. This could be on a illegal hit. Will Harmon delivered a blow to Vincent Schiaretti as he was going up for the ball, and this could help out the Crusaders here late in the first half.
Yeah, I think you were right.
And that's the case.
I heard Schiaretti.
It'll be pass interference. First PI call. Ton of holds. Ton of false starts. If you're keeping track of penalty bingo, make sure you cross off pass interference. There's your first one. Ball was spotted at the 35-yard line of the Crusaders. Central Catholic comes out 1st and 10 after the PI. 3 left, 1 right. Manson shotgun. He'll take it right up the gut, and he gets swallowed up in the backfield. It'll be a loss of a few. Lucas Horan was in there along with Braden Van Dyne. As that'll be a loss of, they're going to say 1. It'll be a second down and 11, ball spotted at the 34. 4 minutes and counting left to go here in the second quarter. I'll tell you what, since we have the time, while Central Catholic is in there, they did tell me to give them a little shout out before the game. They helped me out pregame. Shout out to the Frank Minoki concession stand, the workers down there. They do a great job. We both got our fixings before. 2nd and 11. In the shotgun is Harmon. Rolling right. Now he'll throw it to the right, and it is picked off! Intercepted at the 45-yard line by the Quakers. And that looked to be who else but Cletus Monroy. Or I beg your pardon, they just said over the PA it's number 8, Joshua Mayhew. His first interception of 2025. And with 3:34 left to go, Salem can add on to the lead and give them a huge advantage at the break.
At 5'10", 154 pounds. He's a small guy, but he knows how to battle.
Twins left, Monroy under center. Cano the back. They send a man in motion. Monroy on a delay to Cano. Right up the middle, in between the hash marks. He'll be taken down a little bit more on the left hash at the 37. Or excuse me, that's the 43. It's a gain of 1, second down 9. The Salem offense has been firing on all cylinders. The run game has been exceptional. It's anchored by an offensive line with 3-year starting tackles in Matthew Austin and Caleb Cutlip. 2nd and 9, here's an end-around touch pass on the right side of Byron Exline with room, 35. Second down and around the 34-yard line. make it the 33. It's a gain of 10 and a new set of downs for Salem as we approach 2:43 and counting left to go.
Brought down by 13, Tommy Jose. That's a first down, gain of 10 on that play.
So now they'll come out twins left, Monroy under center. The back is Brandon Canna. They send a man in motion, and it's a pitch to Canna on the left side. 35-30, 25 breaking a tackle, and he's tackled down at the 24-yard line. Good form tackle made there at the legs for Central Catholic by Thomas Grisey. 5'9", 130-pound defensive back, a junior here. So you hit the 2-minute mark. Twins left, none to the right. Monroy in the shotgun. Ken at the right hip. Now he throws a wide receiver screen. 20, 15. Still going down at the 12 is Owen Davidson. His third catch on the night. It's a first down on a wide receiver screen that goes for 12 there, Robert.
Yeah, I give you this. Salem must be sponsored by the Energizer Bunny because they don't stop moving.
They're going fast.
Yeah,
and
they
now
don't
we
stop
have,
moving.
and they might have moved a little too early there, as that's exactly the case. Another full start, and Ron Johnson is livid. We'll stop play as Salem has called a timeout. We'll step aside. 1:34 left to go. Salem on top, 35-14 on Central Catholic. And they're driving as they're in the RG Drag Red Zone. When we come back, high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
And in this edition of High School Football presented by the Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network, we have a first half, wouldn't call it blowout, but a big lead for Salem because we've seen crazier things happen. 35-14, they're in front of Central Catholic here on the road in enemy territory, trying to get back to 500. They have a first and what looks to be 15 from the 17-yard line of the Crusaders. They're in the RG Drag Red Zone. Two receivers left, one right. Monroy under center, play action. Monroy looking left. He'll fling it for the end zone. It is picked off. Intercepted. Still waiting on a number to see who that was. That looks to be number 21 for the Crusaders
21.
in the form of Dominic Bogdan.
I'd say he jumped up there like Air Bud.
Yes, he did. Climbing the ladder. So now, with Central having all three timeouts, a minute 29 left to go here in the first, they have a great chance to cut this thing into two scores, go into the break with a little bit of momentum on your side.
Definitely.
Ball was spotted at the 20-yard line as the interception came in the end zone. One receiver left, one to the right. Quarterback Paul Manson in the shotgun. It's a keeper. As he'll take it straight up for a few yards. He was pounding the turf a little bit because he thought it could break loose from it. It'll be a gain of 8, second down and 2. Central Catholic clapping out of a huddle. A minute 10 and counting left to go here in the first half. Once again, Crusaders having all three timeouts. Same look. Manson will give it. This is Kenny Stroud trying to bounce off tacklers. He does for a first down at the 36-yard line. And Central Catholic moves the chains. We do have less than a minute left. Jeff Lindesmith holding on to those timeouts as of now. Salem shows blitz. Harmon in the shotgun. It's another run with Stroud, this time up the middle. Stroud past the 40 to about the 42. And Lindesmith will burn his first timeout with 39 seconds left. Or make that 38 seconds, excuse me. So we'll keep it here. Inside Lowell Klein Filter Field, Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman And Robert, this has been a nice drive here so far for Central Catholic, but it feels as though you can't just keep running it if you want to get this thing into the end zone. You have to eventually have the air attack going, even though it hasn't worked your way so far in the opening 24 minutes of gameplay.
Well, I noticed their running game has gotten better as the game has progressed on. They did have a pretty good throwing game during the beginning, but we'll have to see.
Halftime of Malvern and Mogador, 14-14 apiece. Louisville on top, 21-7. At the half, Hoover beating Green, 21-7. East Canton taking down St. Thomas 23-0 at the break. Both teams are back out onto the field. They decided there was a little bit of a clock malfunction. They have put 42 seconds now on the game clock before Linda Smith burned the timeout. Each team now with 2. Linda Smith now talking with our referee and one of the sideline judges. Looks as though they might still be figuring out this clock situation. Linda Smith still talking with the line judge. Line judge is explaining his case as to why he stopped the clock when it did. And we still have this conversation going. And the line judge seems to be going up to press box. Oh, never mind. He's actually talking to one of the members of the coaching staff. So we will settle on 40 seconds left to go in the half for the Crusaders to try and score. On a 2nd down and 5, it'll be a run with that looks to be Vincent Schiaretti. It'll be a loss of 1. They're going to let the clock roll here. 30 seconds, 28 seconds. It'll be a 3rd down and 5 here coming here for the Crusaders. You might have to let this thing go. You could get a 4th down play with about 7 seconds or so. Heck, 5 seconds or so. Play game clock's at 10. I got to get this off. It's a run with Kenny Stroud up the middle. He is brought down at the 44, maybe the 45. And 2-1, they call timeout. Linda Smith does. Some of Salem has started to run, but Linda Smith called time. There's no time left on the clock. They decided to put 2 seconds back on. It'll be a 4th down and 1. And they could do a lot here. They could just take a knee and this thing out. They could try and get this thing in the end zone. The ball is spotted at their own 45, so do that with what you will. They could play this a lot of ways here, Robert Coleman.
To paraphrase, it's a wonderful life. 2 seconds, we're still in business.
As long as there's time, right? As long as there's time. Glad you're with us here on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel and the Q92 Sports Network. Salem with a big lead. Central trying to muster something. They will get the ball to start the second half after deferring the opening kick to the Quakers. 2 receivers left and right. Manson in the shotgun. Stroud at his left hip, the running back. We'll see what they do. Send a man in motion, and we have a penalty. One of the Quakers had a encroachment. That was number 22 for Salem, Maxton Ellis, the linebacker. Oh, they're going to call a false start. I didn't see anyone jump for Central Catholic, but there's a reason why we're up here and they're down there. So they'll move the ball back to the 40. So it goes from a 4th and 1 to a 4th and 6. As Manson's in the shotgun, 1 receiver left and right. It's a give with Stroud up the gut, 40, 45. He will get wrestled down at the 45-yard line with zeros on the clock, and that will bring this first half to a close. It has been a wonky but dominant first half for the Salem Quakers. They're on top 35-14. We'll take a break, and when we come back, it'll be our halftime news with our own Jeff Mears in our Alliance studio. But first, you're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshone Auto Group.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
High school football exemplifies the true meaning of teamwork. At Friends and Family Credit Union, our team of local friendly professionals offer the same true spirit for our members with a wide array of products from vehicle loans to personal loans, family secure checking with ID Protect, mortgage, home equity line of credit, and more. For over 60 years, we have the game plan for your financial well-being. Visit any of our 3 convenient locations, online or mobile banking. Now, more than ever, it's time to bring a friend into the family.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome inside Lowell Kleinfelter Field, where Salem is on top of Central Catholic, 35-14 at the half. Alongside Robert Coleman, I'm Matt Caroli. But now it's time to send things back to our studios in alliance with our own Jeff Mears for this halftime edition of the Q92 News. Jeff?
From the newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears with this halftime edition of Q92 News. 2 Canton police officers charged in the death of a man in their custody will stand trial January 26th. The date for 25-year-olds Bo Shonegi and Camden Birch was set during a pretrial hearing today in Stark County Common Pleas Court. They each have pleaded not guilty to a charge of reckless homicide. Judge Kristen Farmer recused herself from the case. The Ohio Supreme Court will appoint a visiting judge. In April 2024, Frank Tyson of Canton Township crashed his vehicle near the AmVets building on Sherrick Road Southeast. People inside called police to have Tyson removed due to his erratic behavior. He stopped breathing after being handcuffed and put on the floor. A Stark County judge has sentenced a man to 4 to 6 years in prison for a fatal drug overdose. Common Pleas Judge Kristen Farmer issued the punishment to 37-year-old Cornell Bennison of Canton after he pleaded guilty Thursday to charges of involuntary manslaughter, corrupting another with drugs, and trafficking of a fentanyl-related compound. In September 2024, prosecutors say he provided fentanyl that led to the death of 30-year-old Shaheem Miller of Canton. Authorities are investigating a string of break-ins at shopping plazas in the Canton area. Jackson Township police say someone broke windows and glass doors at Lovely Nails and Yankee Candle at Belden Park Crossings on Dressler Road Northwest after 8:30 Tuesday morning. Cash registers and drawers were ransacked. Canton police say 5 businesses at 2 separate plazas along 30th Street Northwest were targeted early Monday. Windows and glass doors were broken at Darting Around and Anomaly. Similar vandalism occurred around the same time at Elegant Nails, Dr. Tripp's Travel, and Hair's to You Salon. On Monday, the Stark County Sheriff's Office says someone broke into French Tip's Nail Salon on Whipple Avenue Northwest in Plain Township. No arrests have been made. The Marlington School District is making progress in reducing chronic absenteeism. Superintendent Dan Swisher told the Board of Education Thursday absenteeism declined from 26% in 2022 to 14% at the end of the 2024-25 school year. The data is reported by the district to Ohio's Education Management Information System, or EMIS. Swisher credited teachers and administrators. Enrollment from June to this month is up slightly for the district's elementary schools, steady for the middle school, and down slightly for the high school. Treasurer Bob Foss said the state auditor reported a clean audit for the district for fiscal year 2024. Nimishillen Township trustees approved an equipment purchase for the fire department Thursday. WDPN's David Shore reports.
Firehouse Innovations of New York will provide the fire department with a $7,592 force entry mechanism for use on any door, including those made of metal. Half the cost is being provided by an anonymous donor, while the Township and Fire Association splits the balance. Trustees also approved department reports, which included 151 calls in August for the fire department, details of road work completed, and zoning matters resolved, including the disposal of 2 discs no longer needed.
More news after this.
The Q92 Sports Network brings you more high school football and basketball games than anyone else, by far. But did you know that you can go back and listen to our broadcast again? Simply go to the Q92 radio page on SoundCloud. We've posted the games we broadcast for everyone to go back and relive. We have playlists filled with our high school football broadcasts from 2016 to this season. So go to SoundCloud now, follow Q92 Radio, and listen. And thank you for listening to all of our sports broadcasts of high school football and basketball on the Q92 Sports Network.
A woman is dead following a 2-vehicle crash in Portage County. The Highway Patrol says it happened around 10:45 this morning in Rootstown Township. A car driven by a Bristolville man was southbound on New Milford Road when it failed to yield at a stop sign at Talmadge Road. The vehicle collided with a truck driven by an Atwater man. A passenger in the car, 81-year-old Dolores Chiappini of Aurora, died at the scene. Neither driver was injured. The incident is under investigation. A man who allegedly shot and killed a Wellsville man has lost a legal skirmish. 34-year-old Gino Wall of Steubenville is charged with aggravated murder in the September 2024 slaying of 30-year-old Robert Heron of East Liverpool. He was found shot to death behind a garage on 10th Street in Wellsville. Wall's defense attorneys filed a motion arguing that a witness's identification of their client was the result of suggestive police methods. They said use of a single photo and a later photo lineup violated Wall's due process rights. But Columbiana County Common Pleas Judge Megan Dickerton denied the motion, saying the witness knew Wall from previous interactions and saw him shoot the victim. Wall's trial is set for September 23rd. He's being held on $1 million bond. There will be no more football this year at Ursuline High School in Youngstown. The school announced today it is canceling the remainder of the season. The news comes amid 2 federal lawsuits against Ursuline. The first alleges hazing and sexual assault during a football team trip in June. The suit names school administrators, football coaches, some members of the team, and their parents. A former female student filed a separate suit. It accuses a football player of assaulting her in 2023 and harassing her for 2 years. Austintown Fitch, Akron St. Vincent St. Mary's, and Youngstown Cheney High Schools recently said they wouldn't play Ursuline in their upcoming games. Warren Harding previously canceled its game with Ursuline. A woman shot and killed in Youngstown has been identified. The Mahoning County Coroner's Office says 22-year-old Alicia Brown died at the scene of the Saturday morning incident. Her death is considered a domestic homicide, which occurred at a home on Terrell Avenue. 22-year-old Deviana Taylor is charged with murder. She was arrested at the scene of the incident. The Trumbull County Grand Jury has indicted 2 teens for an armed robbery in Warren. 18-year-olds Olivia Spitzer of Cortland and Kelly Sexton of Warren are charged with aggravated robbery. The charges resulted from a July 14th holdup of a vape store on Elm Road Northeast. A masked suspect pulled a gun on an employee and demanded items before fleeing on a motorized scooter with 2 jars of hemp flour and a carton of cigars. Spitzer and Sexton pleaded not guilty during arraignment Thursday in Common Pleas Court. They're each being held on $50,000 bond. We'll return you to the stadium for the second half of tonight's game, but first a look at the forecast. For the overnight, patchy fog, otherwise mostly clear skies and a low of 52. Increasingly cloudy skies Saturday with a high near 83. From the Q92 newsroom, I'm Jeff Mears.
Thank you, Jeff. Well, when we come back, we will have scores from around the area and give our reactions to Week 4 here in Ohio high school football. But first, you're listening to the High School Football Halftime Show on Q92 Radio's YouTube channel.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
RG Drag, Stark County's premier career center, offers programs that prepares its students at the high school level for careers and continued education beyond high school. Upon completion, RG Dreg students have an immediate opportunity to obtain a well-paying job in many exciting career fields. We offer everything from culinary, dental assisting, engineering, sports turf and landscape, welding, and so much more. Contact RG Dreg to find a program and career that's the perfect fit for you. RG Dreg, where careers begin.
Hey, sports fans, want the latest local sports news, game photos, coach and player interviews, and live play-by-play coverage? Then follow Q92 Sports on social media now. We're on Facebook, Instagram, X, Threads, YouTube, and SoundCloud. Like, follow, and subscribe today. Catch the highlights, relive the moments, and stay connected to your hometown teams. Q92 Sports, your home for everything local sports. Real teams, real action, real coverage. Follow Q92 Sports on social media.
Welcome back, everybody, to the high school football halftime show on the Q92 Sports Network. Alongside Robert Coleman, I'm Matt Crawley. Robert, what do you say if we dive into some Week 4 scores here? Because a lot of teams are at the half. McKinley is putting a beat down on Glen Oak right now, 24-0, just about 10 minutes away north at Tom Benson Hall of Fame Stadium.
Yeah, that was my first game of the season, was Glen Oak versus Dover. And I thought they had a pretty good team, but it doesn't look like they're putting it together this year.
Yeah, well, a lot of can happen in 24 minutes of football in a second half, so we'll see. Jackson is on top of Mayfield 13-0 at the break. That 1-2 start for the Massillon Tigers. There was some little bit of worry out there in Tiger Town, but fear not, they're taking on the Bennett Tigers at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. They're on top 35-0 at the break. Orville taking on Tuslaw. This Red Rider squad beat the Crusaders last week here at Central Catholic, and they are on top of the Mustangs 24-0. Perry on top of Lake in a low-scoring affair, 7-6 at halftime. You can listen to that one on Q92 and also on the YouTube stream. Alliance taking on Ellett on the road. They're on top 13-0. Triway and Northwest over in Canal Fulton all even at 15. Hoover and Green at the half. Vikings on top of the Bulldogs 21-7. And a Federal League showdown with the win. Robert, Hoover could go to 4-0.
Yeah, Hoover's been an amazing team this year. Perry, too.
A great story for the Minerva Lions. After not much success, they're 2-1. They are on the road at Sandy Valley, on top of the break, 27-12 behind first-year head coach for Minerva, former Perry head coach Zach Slates. Fairless on top of Tusky Valley, 28-7 on the road at the half. Canton South down to Akron Manchester on the road, 21-10. East Canton and St. Thomas Aquinas going on the stream as well. And then Louisville at the half.
I think the East Canton St. Thomas of Aquinas isn't updated.
21-7. We are tracking that one as well. Again, you can hear that game on Q92 Radio Sports stream. It's 14-14 Malvern Mogador, I should say. Halftime, East Canton on top 23-0 on the road to the Knights. Well, we will step aside, but when we come back, we'll give our highlights and analysis to this first half of action. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Northeast Ohio knows football, and Sarshone Auto Group knows Northeast Ohio. As an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, Sarshone Auto Group serves our community with the best selection and the best service. From Ford, Chevy, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram, and more. From the toughest trucks to the SUVs that fit your family. Sarshone Auto Group, an official partner of the Cleveland Browns, and the place where Northeast Ohio comes to drive. Visit sarshone.com.
Missed the big game? Don't worry, Q92 has you covered. Check out our SoundCloud page where you can relive every exciting moment. From high school football, basketball, baseball, and softball to Mount Union football and basketball, we've got it all. That's every broadcast from this season, and even classics going all the way back to 2016. Follow Q92 Radio on SoundCloud and never miss a play, a call, or the thrill of the game. Q92 Radio on SoundCloud, your home for every game, every season.
Welcome back, everybody, to the halftime show inside Canton Central Catholic High School. It is 35-14 Salem. We will give our thoughts, our analysis here on this first half. But before that, let's go back to if you may have missed it in the first 24 minutes of action. We'll catch you up to speed on this first half that sees Salem in front by 3 touchdowns. First and 10, Twins left, 1 right. Monroy in the shotgun and the pistol look. They fake the handoff. Monroy looking left. Oh, he gets blown up. The ball was out, and it's picked up by the Crusaders.
Flag on the play.
Going the other way is Vincent Schiaretti. 25-20. Chased by the running back, Kaina. He won't catch him. Touchdown, Canton Central Catholic. They look as though that they're going to go for it. Trips left, 1 right. Harmon takes the snap. Pumps, in trouble. Throws it over the middle. Wide open man, 20. 15 middle, the hash marks 10-5. Touchdown, Crusaders. 2 receivers left, none to the right. Monroy on the shotgun. Canna is at his right hip. Central has 4. Make that 5 in the box. Here's the snap. Monroy on the keeper. To the right side, 10. Going for the edge, 5. Monroy has the end zone. Touchdown, Salem. Will trot out onto the field. They have another opportunity here quickly to strike in the RG drag red zone. Ball is spotted at the 14, first and 10. Trips left, 1 to the right. Monroy in the shotgun. Canna at his right hip. He takes a snap and rolls right. Monroy. He'll throw it for the end zone. Wide open man in the right corner. It was Owen Davidson for the Quaker touchdown. And with less than 4 minutes into the game, Cletus Monroy has one through the air and has one on the ground. Ball was on the Canton Central Catholic 27. Monroy on the shotgun. We'll flip it around to Bayron Exline, who has room on the right side. 25-20, 15-10. Makes a cut 5. Touchdown, Quakers. Is Canna. Cletus Monroy is 6'1 quarterback, 182 pounds. This one will take it right up the gut himself. In for the Quaker touchdown. And now Monroy will go under center. Twins right. Fullback in the backfield along with the running back, Harmon. They give it to him right up the gut. Touchdown, Salem. Oh, I mean, 7 scoring plays in the first 24 minutes of ball. And it's just one of those nights where Salem seems to have it, but they just need to clean up the penalties. And that's, I feel like if it wasn't for, 12 or 13 false starts along with a few others sprinkled in there, so maybe 15 or 16 total in the first half in penalties, this could be way uglier than what it is in that 35-14 score here at the break.
Yeah, it's definitely saved them for Canton Central Catholic, the penalties. I mean, I got to give you this. A lot of these scores, I mean, some of them are pretty much straight up since you wouldn't even see in Madden, but you see them in real life.
Yeah.
I mean, it's definitely been an entertaining game.
It definitely has been. We've seen some big plays. We've seen them succeed with the rush. We've seen teams succeed with the passing on both sides, even though the scoreboard may say that it's just a one-sided affair, but it's all about how you respond in the second half. So what do you think Jeff Lindesmith, the head coach here at Central Catholic, told his guys in the locker room to try and will his team back in this thing?
Well, something I've noticed for Central Catholic is a lot of their passing game seems to be pretty good. Their running game at the beginning of this game wasn't that great, but they seem to be working out the kinks. I definitely goes through the passing game, definitely read Salem's defense. If they read that, then they could definitely score. For Salem, I'd say definitely cut down on a lot of the penalties, and the game should be theirs.
Yeah, and for Central Catholic, Jeff Lindesmith, 12th season, 74 and 57 all-time leading the Crusaders. And for these two teams, especially for the one that comes out on the short end of this, the road doesn't really get much easier. For Central Catholic, next week they have to head to Larry Kara Stadium in Alliance to take on the Aviators. They come into this week's matchup at 2-1 Then they are here. We'll have this game against Louisville, and Louisville is undefeated, and they could very well be on their way to 4-0. And for Salem, you definitely want to go 2-2 because of the fact that, look, you have Beaver Local for your homecoming game. They're 2-1. You have Alliance, who's 2-1. Minerva, Carrollton. Those 3 games are 2-1. Carrollton's 1-2, but they could easily find their way back in the standings in this thing. It is a real tough middle to back half for these teams, and this is definitely one that you want to walk away from coming out on the right side of a win.
Definitely. And I mean, this could still be anybody's ball game here.
It definitely could. So how do you think Central Catholic responds in terms of not just defensively, because it was a lot in terms of Salem and the offensive attack, because they can beat you so many ways, but what about offensively? How do you think they turn the page here?
Well, offensively, they're definitely going to have to read and definitely go for where Salem isn't covering. When they do that, they can get it. On the defensive side too, Central Catholic's definitely got to make sure they're reading what Salem's doing. Their quarterback can tend to be a tricky one. He can tend to play fault. I'm blanking here.
Oh, you're good.
He can definitely play trick plays. Let's go with that word. Yeah.
Happens to the best of us. I've had a lot of blank.
Without saying boom goes dynamite. If anybody gets the meme.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Well, Salem has been on their sideline for about a minute or two now, and Central Catholic huddling in their end zone, trying to rally back into this thing.
It's still anybody's ball game, though.
It really is, and it's just a matter of, at this rate, who's willing to make, one, the less mistakes, who's going to commit the less penalties. Well, so far, that's been Central Catholic, and you wouldn't really have known if you were just looking at the scoreboard, but Salem has just used the big play to kind of take over this thing. They did what they had to do on defense. It's just their offense is kind of, it's crazy to say, but holding them back a little bit because they've scored 5 touchdowns in the first half, all on the offensive side. But it could be a lot more. And if they want to really put this thing away, they have to do that, eliminate the penalties in the second half. Because if they did so in the first, this game could be way uglier and honestly could be put away.
Yeah, especially that one where Kansas Central Catholic took the ball back in their end zone and ran it for a touchdown.
Yeah, that's absolutely right. That was a 66-yard scoop and score.
Well, they got it close to a touchdown. That was the driving force for the touchdown.
Also that too. Yeah, that's how Central Catholic started to get on the scoreboard. It was C.J. Bishel who found the ball, scooped it up, and ran it back 66 yards the other way after a Vincent Schiaretti sack.
I'll just give you one thing here. I hope after this game these refs get their flags gripped because
yeah, they think they need new flags.
Yeah,
they're a little worn out. Oh my goodness!
To take something from golf.
Yeah, we'll see if that can be cleaned up here in the second half. We will step aside. That'll do it for the halftime show. We'll step aside for station identification before the second half's underway.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Canton Central Catholic will get the ball to begin the second half. Back deep for the Crusaders is Teddy Seary, the freshman wide receiver and defensive back. On to boot it away for Salem is Ronan Sutter. As the officials now get the ball to the kicker. Sutter, a 5'8", 140-pound sophomore. And you wonder, as they still get ready for action here, I wonder how many of these area schools find kickers through soccer. I've heard Sports Talk Radio kind of talk about this over the course of the week. Definitely with the Browns because of Andre Schmidt leaving some points on the board that would have given the Browns a win on Sunday against the Bengals. But I really wonder how often that is the case in terms of just finding guys on the soccer team be like, hey, you want to come try football and kick?
The name's blanking out of my head, but for the USFL, for the Birmingham Stallions, they had a converted MLS soccer player who was their kicker.
That's the same thing with Brandon Aubrey of the Cowboys. Or at least I believe he Was it an MLS Next League, a minor league version of that?
Yeah, and,
college soccer at Notre Dame.
Colorado University, where Deion Sanders plays, their kicker last year was a converted soccer player.
And speaking of the kick, here's a line drive one to Teddy Siri as he's still fighting, falling down at around the 38-yard line, and that's where the second half will begin. With quarterback Paul Manson and company, do you expect them to throw more? Because that was really lacking in the first half. Now, granted, it's not their specialty. Quarterback Brock Burke, when he had a wrist injury last week, he's out, so they're going to the backup here in the sophomore. But it's just a matter of the running play. Salem has really stopped, and when you're down by 3 scores like this, maybe try something different. I don't know.
When Central Catholic is reading Salem, they can definitely throw the ball into the pocket correctly. So,
Right.
I mean, if they can play that, then that's what Kansas Central Catholic should be doing, because their running game really hasn't been going well for a gain of any yards.
Patrick Schiaretti here on the handoff on 1st and 10. He's brought down at the 41. It'll be a gain of 5, 2nd and 5. Nice positive play. You always appreciate, especially with a team in Central Catholic that is going to be run heavy in this time. You always appreciate that 4 or 5 yard gains on first down, setting yourself up to kind of get in the 2nd and 3rd manageables.
Yeah, definitely. We don't want to be backseat coaching, but we're just giving our observations.
Twins left and right. In the shotgun is Manson. He takes the snap, throws it right. The catch is made. This is Mike Bajornas, and it's incomplete. They say that he ran a couple steps to the left, but ball just popped out of his hands. He's definitely thinking about, okay, am I going to get hit? Am I going to have some room to run? And he just didn't think about the catch, and that'll bring up a 3rd and 5 with 10:58 left in the 3rd.
Definitely got to keep your eye on the ball.
So we'll see what they do here, as they've done a little bit of 1 run, 1 pass on their first drive of the second half. Twins left and right. Manson in the shotgun. They send a man in motion left to right. Manson will fake the option and throw. Now he rolls out to his left, trying to avoid the rush. Manson at the 30, 35. He gets the first down. A great effort there from Paul Manson, changing field. And on 3rd and 5, they get 6 and a new set of downs.
Like I said, Central Catholic's running game's definitely been smoothing out as the game's gone along. When it first started, it was definitely rough. Now it's definitely smoothing out.
Best run of the night so far for Paul Manson. As we've seen him trying to escape, but he gets a first down on that one. On 1st and 10, they're in the pistol. It's a running play to the right side. Being tripped up at the 50 was Kenny Stroud. On the tackle there made for Salem, that was Will Harmon, number 2. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be a 2nd and 6. Crusaders opening drive of the second half, past the 50 and into Quaker territory as we approach 10 minutes and counting to go left in the 3rd. 1 receiver left and right. Harmon in the shotgun takes the snap. Will give it to Stroud, breaking through 50. 2 tackles are broken. 45 is stripped about around the 43, and it comes in the backfield, so this could come back to bite the Crusaders. Referee signals holding on the offense, and now it's Central Catholic who's guilty of the holding call. First holding penalty of the night against C.C.C. As after a positive running play on 2nd down, could have set up a 3rd and short. They'll know how to back this one up. $9:54 left to go in the 3rd. Salem on top, 35-14 on Central Catholic, but the Crusaders have to get out of this hole. They're down 3 scores, facing a 2nd and 16 on the 41 of Central Catholic. Manson shotgun, takes the snap, throws wide receiver screen to the outside. The catch is made by that is Carter Competti, as he's tackled down for just a pass play of 1. As that'll bring up now a 3rd down and 15. Make that a 3rd and 14. They're going to go for a pass play of 2. Oh, they're going to get Central for a holding here. I didn't even see a flag come down.
I thought I heard somebody in the crowd say flag on the play.
Man, oh man. I'm sure there's frustration, not just on obviously on Central's side because of the fact that they're down, but on both sides, just the fact that, I guess it's contagious tonight. Just one of those games where the laundry is out seemingly on every third play. We'll see how they respond. It is now a 2nd and 22 after what would have been a 3rd and 3. Back-to-back holding penalties for the Crusaders now have them backed up. Ball is spotted on the 35. Twins left, one right. In the shotgun is Manson. They go in a wide receiver screen. The ball comes out. Manson catches it back at the 20. He has to run with it now. He can't throw it on in advance, and he's brought down at the 25-yard line.
Lost some yardage on that play.
It's going to be a loss of 10 and a 3rd and 32. It's just, you really feel for these guys. They're trying their best, but they just can't get out of this funk with penalties and going backwards. And on that one, ball just got popped up in the air, and now they're back 10 yards, not even by a flag. 8:25 and counting left to go. It'll be a 3rd and 32. Ball was spotted on the 25-yard line for Central Catholic. Twins left and right. Manson shotgun, Stroud at his right hip. He claps and the snap. 5-man rush for Salem. Manson with nowhere to go steps up, throws it sideline on the right. It's complete at the 35, getting out of 2 tackles. Getting a hard-earned extra 5 yards there was Carter Competti. He has been Manson's go-to target tonight. When he's had to throw it, it'll be a 4th down and what looks to be about 17 now, as Central Catholic will have to punt. Booting it away will be Axel Estrada, and back deep for Salem on the left. It's a 2-man return team in the form of Will Harmon on the left and Cletus Monroy on the right. Estrada's ready. He catches the snap. A high booming kick that has to force Harmon back. It goes over his head at the 15, and he returns it at the 10. Harmon on the right side, 15. He gets spun out of bounds at the 16-yard line. And Salem will take over theirs. 7:19 left to go in the 3rd. Thanks for spending your Friday night with us here on Q92 Sports. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman here from Will Kleinfelter Field at Canton Central Catholic. Here in week 4 of the high school football season. And if you were with us at halftime, you heard it in the Q92 news report from Jeff Mears. Youngstown Ursuline season is canceled just hours before kickoff of this game due to the allegations going on within their program. And we've seen a lot in high school football. I'll tell you what, that's definitely a first. Cletus Monroy in the shotgun. Harmon to his left hip, Twins left and right. It's Harmon right up the gut, 20. 25 in between the hash marks, 30. He's brought down at the 33-yard line for a 1st down. A great run there that was Braden Cano, the running back. It's a gain of 19 and a new set of downs for Salem as right out the jump, first play, second half, they use the running game, and it goes for extra positive yardage, 10+. Monroy in the shotgun, same look. This time it is Monroy on the quarterback keeper, 35, trying to take defenders with him to the 40, past the 40, down to the 41. It'll be a run of about 8 or 9, depending on where they spot this football. One of the line judges has him at the 42. They'll spot him at the 42. It's going to be 9, and it'll be a 2nd and 1. In the shotguns, Monroy, 2 receivers left and right. Brandon Canna, the back to the left hip of Monroy. Here's the snap. Cletus looking right. Will throw it sideline wide open on a wide receiver screen at the line of scrimmage is Owen Davidson, and he will get the 1st down. They needed 1. They ended up getting 5, and it's another new set for Salem as they use the wide receiver screen on that one. Under 6 minutes to play here in the 3rd. Salem up 35-14. A dominant performance so far from this Quaker offense, aside from 2 turnovers. A fumble that ended up going back for a touchdown and an interception that was thrown in the end zone. But other than that, you couldn't have pictured a better night offensively. On first down, it's a draw with Canna as he's brought down near the marker in between the hash marks. They're in Crusader territory, down at the 42. They're going to give him the first down, tackled right at the line to gain, and Salem keeps the train chugging along on the tracks, using that rushing attack to keep going for a first. Funny enough, I don't think the chain gang realized that was a first. They were a little late out of the jump, but you know what? That's okay. Still early in the year. Trips left, one right. Man in motion going left to right in the form of Byron X-line. They give it to Canna, breaking through a small hole, 35. In between the hash marks, he'll be down at the 34. It's a run of 8, and that's what Salem has been doing so well. Positive chunk plays, running the football 5+ yards, seemingly every time one of the Quakers takes off and runs.
Definitely, and Canton Central Catholic really hasn't had their defensive coverage in line to pretty much stop them.
Yep. We'll see what they have to offer on the 2nd and 2. A fullback look is in along with the halfback Canna. They give it to Brandon Canna as he falls down at the 31. It's going to be a first down on a gain of 3. Once again, Salem moving the chains. That's the 3rd time on this drive that they managed to get a first right at the line to gain. They say football is a game of inches, and every week, seemingly, that statement gets proven right. 2 receivers left. Monroy under center. A give to Canna. Left side gets a block 30. Along the left side, trying to maneuver his way, but he's tackled down at the 26. It'll go as a run of 5, or maybe 6, depending on the spot. It'll be a gain of 6. It'll be a 5, 2nd and 5. They go no huddle. Monroy in the shotgun, sending a man in motion right to right in the form of X-line. Here is Monroy on the right side, past the 20. They're down to the 19th. Salem's in the RG drag red zone. Learn, earn, and succeed. First down, Salem. They've just been slowly moving the ball downfield, and it's been working out perfectly for them. By the way, fans, just want to say thank you to our sponsors, Regional EMS. It's time for the Regional EMS for the opening kickoff sponsor. We thank them as on first down, it's a run with Canna right up the gut. Canna trying to bounce off defenders. Taken down at around the 15. It's a gain of 5, or should I say 4. It'll be a 2nd down and 6. Also want to thank Friends and Family Credit Union for being our timeout sponsor this season. Time to bring a friend into the family. And of course, Sarshawn Auto Group for sponsoring high school football for the 2025 season here on Q92 Sports. One receiver loan out to the right in the form of Owen Davidson, and to the left in the form of Byron X-line. Monroy under center. Play action. They have a man in his face. He pumps. He gets away from it somehow, but now he's brought down at the 15. It somehow goes for a yard of 1, but Robert, he had a man right in front of him, and he just kind of did a swim move with his right shoulder and managed to not get sacked and get a positive play somewhat out of that.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely got to read in. You definitely got to be crafty.
So it'll be a 3rd and 6 from the 15-yard line. 2:06 and counting left to go in the 3rd. One receiver out left and right. In the shotgun, Monroy. He will keep it on the QB wrap. 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Salem. On the read option, he found a hole for himself on the right side in between the tackle and the guard. And he had the end zone untouched. And the Quakers continue to add on to their lead here at Lowell Kleinfelter Field. Extra point from Gerson Samayoa. On to hold is Braden Van Dyne. And Salem goes down as the linemen they are. Snap good, hold down, kick up, kick good. 1:55 left to go here in the 3rd. It's Salem 42, Central Catholic 14. You're listening to high school football on the Q92 Sports Network, powered by the Sarshawn Auto Group.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
A minute 55 left to go here in the third quarter. Salem on top of Central Catholic 42-14. Alongside Robert Coleman, I'm Matt Corrali. Robert, that Salem drive proved to be why they can kind of make a run at this and compete with these teams down the stretch of the season, because they can put together time that burns off the clock. They just run it down your throat, and they end up getting 6 points out of it.
Yeah, especially with quarterback Cletus Monroy. He's definitely been the key to the game for Salem this night.
On to booted away is Ronan Sutter. Back deep for the Crusaders is Teddy Siri. Line drive kick in between the hash marks, which Siri takes at the 12. 20. Siri sheds off a tackler, but he won't shed off another. On the stop for Salem looked to be TJ Evanco. So the Crusaders will trot out for a 1st and 10. Oh. Ball will be spotted at the 24-yard line. And it'll be a 1st down and 10. 2 receivers left, 2 to the right. It'll be Manson, the quarterback, in the shotgun with the running back Kenny Stroud to his right hip. Manson takes the snap, gives it to Stroud with room up the middle, 25. He spins, and he's down at around the 27. Tough earned run of about 4 yards there, and that'll bring up a 2nd down and 6. Third quarter dwindling down here, a minute 30 and counting left to go. Central Catholic just trying to find anything to keep this momentum going. We've seen crazier in high school football, but if this were to stay how it was after the 4th, Central Catholic would be in an 0-4 hole to start the season. On 2nd down and 6, they give it up the middle. This is going to be number 34, Patrick Schiaretti, his 2nd carry of the night, I beg your pardon. He's brought down at the line to gain. It's a 1st down, gain of 6. Ball will be spotted at the 35. Schiaretti brothers bringing that size here at Central Catholic. Vincent, a senior, 5'10", 175 pounds. And for Patrick, the sophomore, 5'11", $170. Sending a man in motion. Harmon will give it on a run to Carter Competti as he falls down to about the 40. The ball comes out. It's picked up by Stroud, but they say that Competti was down by contact. It'll be a gain of 5, 2nd down and 5 at the Crusaders 40, Robert.
Yeah, this is definitely slipping away from Central Catholic here, and they haven't been able to get a lot of the balls in motion since I'd say about the 1st quarter.
There's 25 seconds and counting left to go here in the 3rd. Central Catholic comes to the line. They'll probably get a playoff here in the final play of the quarter. 2 receivers left, 1 right. Manson will give it to Stroud, and he gets blown up in the backfield. Loss of 2 on the play. Still waiting for a number on the tackler, and that was Hunter Markham on the stop for Salem to bring this 3rd quarter to the close. It's time to put your 4s up wherever you are. We've hit the last 12 minutes with Salem on top, 42-14. Quakers are 12 minutes away from getting back to 500 after starting the year 0-2. We'll step aside. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
42-14, Salem leads Central Catholic as we approach the final 12 minutes of play. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman with you inside Lowell Kleinfelter Field. And Robert, just a great performance from the Quakers here in a tough road environment, a good amount of distance away as they have to come to Canton from Salem.
Yeah, I mean, they got a good crowd out here tonight, and both have a good crowd out tonight, so they definitely saw a good game.
Absolutely. These fans travel well on both sides. As on third down, I should say, and 7, they give it to Stroud on the left side, and it goes nowhere. On the stop there for Salem was Bailey Essick, the defensive lineman, his first tackle on the night, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Bailey Essick, number 88, on the spot.
47-minute drive from Salem to Canton. And both of these communities have shown up well for their school. So Central will go 3 and out. And that means it's Axel Estrada time. He's on to boot it away. 5'11", 265 punter, also a lineman. It's a boomer of a kick that is taken around the 26-yard line. This is Will Harmon down the left side. He's tripped up inside the Salem 40 at around the 43. And Monroy and company will set up shop there. You can only imagine how much of their rushing attack will be used on this one. Because you know the saying, Robert. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Definitely.
10:59 left to go here in the 4th. Quakers on top by 4 touchdowns. New quarterback in the game. Cletus Monroy's night is done, as this is junior Adrian Gelanis in there at quarterback. They will give it on a run. At the 50 goes, that looks to be Brandon Canna at around the 46-yard line. That's going to be close at least to a 1st down. All depends on where they spot it. And it is Canna. Great effort there. 5'9" junior, 176-pound running back. 5 total touchdowns on the year, 4 of them coming on the ground coming into this one. He has 5 touchdowns rushing as well on the season. And Canna looking for number 6, but he gets blown up at around the 36-yard line. It's going to be a 1st down. Great tackle made there from Central Catholic by Thomas Grisey. His 2nd touchdown-saving tackle on the night on Canna. But Salem, again, just moving the ball, getting it to exactly where they need to get to. And obviously not by design, but it's just the way this kind of game has happened. And the Quakers just continuing to run the ball to their advantage. Going under center is Gelanis. They give it to Canna again, left side, but the Quakers, or the Crusaders, I should say, this time sniffing out Aiden Wagner on the tackle there. First one of the night for him.
The Crusaders' defense really has had an issue stopping the Quakers' offense. I mean, you'll have guys from the Crusaders' defense swarming the Quakers' players, but they're still just keep going.
Yeah, for Wagner, 5'9", a $190, junior lineman. Nice form tackle on that one, but they did manage to get 3 yards out of it. When he made contact with the line of scrimmage, Canna just lowered his shoulder and kept the legs going. 1 receiver left and right. 2 backs are in the game at both hips of Cletus Monroy. He will pull it on the right option, or I beg your pardon. This is the quarterback, the new one, Adrian Gelanis. In Wagner on the tackle. That's back-to-back stops for the linebacker. As that'll now bring up a 3rd and 4 as the ball is spotted on the 30-yard line. I beg your pardon, it's a 3rd and 3. Ball is spotted on the 31 of Central Catholic. One receiver left, 2 right now. Twins left as Xavier Kinsey lines up right behind one of the receivers. They give it to Canna again on a drive that was all run. Central Catholic managed to stop him. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a 4th and 4. Or make that a loss of 2. 4th and 5. Ball was spotted at the 31-yard line. As we come up on the 8-minute mark here in the 4th quarter. As they get the play from Ron Johnson. And now under center, they'll go for it on 4th and 5 is Gelanis. Canna the back. They'll toss it to him, and Canna drops it, manages to pick it back up by himself, avoids a tackle, and it'll be taken down at around the line of scrimmage. So
that play almost looked like the Quakers were tackling themselves.
Well, the Quakers, yeah, they'll turn it over on downs. Central Catholic will try to cut into this deficit here.
Definitely get people in their reps, even though the game's kind of sort of in the wraps now with the clock running. You definitely want to get people their playing time, especially with these young of teams.
Yeah, Salem brought out some of their young guns, especially at the quarterback position. Monroy's night is done, and it looks to be the case defensively as well, as Harmon on a wideout screen. The catch is made. This one by Timothy Staub as his first catch of the night. Goes for 6. He's tackled at the 41-yard line. Near the Crusader bench on the left. They're going to give him another yard to the 42. It'll go for 8, and it'll be a 2nd and 2 as we hit 7:22 and counting left to go in the 4th. End of 3. McKinley on top of Glen Oak, 24-0 at home. East Canton shuts out St. Thomas Aquinas 37-0 as they run it here right up the gut at the 45. It'll be a 1st down. I believe that was Kenny Stroud on the run, but we'll wait to confirm that, as that was actually Vincent Schiaretti. A little bit slow to get up, but he manages to walk off on his own power. So it'll be a 1st down. Ball spot on the 45-yard line, 6:40 and counting. Left to go in this one, and it seems as though just at the pace that this Central Catholic team is going, kind of the writing's on the wall when it comes to the result in this one. Harmon in the shotgun. They send a man in motion. It's going to be an end-around run. Now he tries to go up the middle, but Salem denies it immediately. Leading the stop there for the Quakers was number 88, Bailey Essick, his 2nd tackle on the night on the defensive line. It'll be a loss of 1, and it'll be a 2nd down and 11 as we approach 6 minutes left to go here in the 4th.
That was against Central's 81, Competti.
That was Competti. Fans, as a reminder, as we hit under 6 minutes, so stay tuned for our post-game show. We'll have stats analysis, look at our scoreboard, and we'll wrap things up here in week 4. Hard to believe that after next week, we'll be halfway home through the regular season. On 2nd down, Harmon's in trouble, avoids a sack, launches it out of bounds. Oh, he finds a man in Competti at around the line of scrimmage. He'll get a yard out of that. I'm going to be honest, Robert. I don't totally know if Paul Manson thought he had Carter Competti on the right side, but he did. He managed to get it there, and it goes for a loss of 1.
For their next game, honestly, Central Catholic's got to heavily focus on their throwing game because that seems to be their strength.
Yeah, well, it's definitely something to work on as you approach the season in the middle ground. They've definitely found something here in the late stages of this one. Manson shotgun, takes the snap, he'll drop back to pass on 3rd and 10. They'll screen it. One-handed grab by Competti at the 50, breaks out of a tackle 40, and he's tackled down at the 39-yard line. Great effort there made by the 6'2", 195-pound junior wideout, who's had himself a heck of a night so far for Central Catholic offensively. One of the bright spots on this Crusaders team here in week 4.
Definitely, and this is Canton Central Catholic strength is throwing, and that's definitely where they're showing it. Their running game's got a lot to be worked out.
This is turned out to be something else in terms of how much of a change the pass has been compared to the run in the first and second half. Here's Stroud up the middle, 35, brought down to the 33. It'll be a gain of 6 and a second down and 4. So Central Catholic gaining some ground here. They're in Salem territory. They've been using a nice mix of run and pass. That's definitely what you want offensively. And there are some bright spots here in the late stages in this one for the Crusaders. Trips left, one right. Manson shotgun, Stroud at the left hip. Here's the snap. Salem sends a blitz. He gets hit as he throws it incomplete. So that'll stop the clock with 3:56 left to go in the fourth.
I mean, the quarterback the Central's using at the moment, Paul Manson, is a sophomore, and he's kind of small, really, for the position. I mean, he's got a lot of room to grow. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what him and the other players for Central do in the coming games and coming seasons.
Brock Berkwin, their starter, who's a sophomore, ended up getting that job, ended up hurting his wrist. As here's Stroud on the right side, 25, first down at the 23. He also had an injury week 1 in this building against Perry to kick off the high school football season on Q92 Sports Network. And battling the injury bug, Central Catholic had to work around that. They're doing their best, and they may have found something here with Paul Manson, because how they've been able to drive down the field so far in this final drive has been impressive, as Stroud will take it right up the gut. They're in the RG drag red zone for the first time in the second half. He's taken down at the 18. RG drag, learn, earn, and succeed. Second down and 6, 3:03 and counting left to go here in the final stages of this one.
In a game like this, with the score and this late in the game, all you can do is learn, earn, and succeed.
Here's Stroud, 10-5, and he's brought down at the 5-yard line. They went under center, was Manson, and they gave it to Kenny Stroud. He takes it down at the 5. They're going to mark it down at the 4, and it'll be a first and goal for Central Catholic. We come up on 2:45 and counting left to play. And I'll tell you what, as Central Catholic has their call, we'll give you a little bit of a peek behind the curtain. We came into Central Catholic, great hosts, by the way. We have been looking at this praying mantis that has been sitting on the ledge of one of the windows. I'm making direct eye contact with it, actually. More on this story later. Manson, the gift to Stroud, bouncing it to the outside. He's denied back at the 5. Salem gets on top of it, making the stop initially for the Quakers was Braden Van Dyne. His defensive back spot, and now we have movement. I mentioned his name, and now we have movement from the praying mantis. This thing has stood still since 5 o'clock, and at 9:11 p.m., it is tapping on the glass.
It wants in.
It does. One of the fun here. Like I mentioned earlier, shout out in the first half if you were with us at the Frank Menalke concession stand. They got Robert and I right. We have a timeout on the field. Central wants to talk things over on this first and goal with 2:06 left to go in the first. We'll break off a little piece of popcorn here. You want somebody? No? He's denying. He's frozen. All right. More for me then. Salem on top, 42-14. I can't believe he didn't go for the popcorn. I'd be hungry if I were him. It's getting late.
As they say in Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, 42 is the answer to everything.
Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. What is that? I'm really sorry if I'm offending you. Or
it's a sci-fi book.
Oh, it's a novel. I thought it was a movie.
Also, it is a movie.
Oh, it's a movie too?
I think it's more of like a British-y kind of movie, though. But
I gotcha. I've never. The more you know. Well, how about this? They are lining up under center, 2 backs, or make that 3. They have a 2 fullback look. Manson will give it on a run to the right side near the goal line. This is Vincent Schiaretti, and he's brought down at the half-yard line as we hit under 2 minutes. I thought for sure he was going to get in, but it's about as close as you can get. 3rd and goal from about the half-yard line. And now the praying mantis has been climbing the window. All we had to do was mention his name. And now it wants to do things. 3rd and goal. The give to Schiaretti to the goal line. That one's for the praying mantis. Touchdown, Central Catholic. Oh, there's a flag. Hold everything. This one might not be for the praying mantis. We have a penalty that's thrown in the backfield. This could come back to hurt the Crusaders. And it looks as though that penalty will go against Salem. Touchdown will stand. It's 42-20. That one was for the praying mantis when all said and done.
For the praying mantis, not for the devil's food cake.
On to try the extra point for Canton Central Catholic will be Elijah Rossetti. It's an interesting situation what they have here in terms of their kicker. They have two. Typically, Elijah Rossetti and Axel Estrada, you saw him on punts. Rossetti kicks the extra points. Estrada handles longer kicks. There's longer field goals. You've seen it all night, and he's been handling the punting duties as well. Jeff Winneman Smith says that their lineman has a strong foot. Rossetti, 6 for 6 on PATs on the year, and we look to make it 7 for 7 with this one. Here's the snap. It's good. Rushes on to try and block it, but Rossetti hits it off the upright and no good. It bounces out, and it remains a 22-point ball game.
He slept on that one.
Yeah, his technique was a little off, and especially with that rush coming in from Salem, it could be tough. We'll keep things right here with 1:28 left to go here in the fourth. Matt Corrali, Robert Coleman. Robert, your big takeaways as we are about to say goodnight here from Lowell Kleinfelter Field.
Well, for Salem, as I said, their keys to victory in the pregame show was Cletus Monroy, and it definitely was. And I said for Central Catholic, their keys to victory for winning this game was striking early. They had a little bit of that, but they didn't really get it too much to the point where they could actually benefit from it.
Yeah, and fans, after all the action here, head to our social media, Q92 Sports, across all platforms, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Robert's going to speak with Ron Johnson and maybe some players, maybe Cletus Monroy, and whoever else wants to speak. You'll find those interviews across our social media pages. I'll hold down the fort here for the post-game show as we're about to put a bow on week 4. It's crazy to think. I mentioned it earlier, but this time next week, we'll be halfway done with the high school football regular season. It's the fastest 10 weeks of the year. It truly is.
Definitely. When I used to do marching band, you'd start at the season sweating to death, and then you'd end the season freezing to death.
Yeah, that's kind of how it goes here in the state. Oh, my gosh. Well, looked as though that penalty against the Quakers will be enforced on the kickoff, so Central Catholic will boot it up on the Salem 45. It'll be an onside kick, and Central Catholic got it. A flag is down, however, I don't think it went, well, I'm sure it went 10 yards. It was at the 45, and it's a false start on Central Catholic, much to the fans' chagrin. I haven't seen anything, but that's the second time tonight there has been a false start, on special teams. And just something you really don't see much of. So they'll back the ball up. Now, what I believe to be at midfield. Taking a look at some scores. We'll break everything down in our post-game show, but right now, looking at some scores around the area, McKinley is on their way to a win against Glen Oak, 31-0, 8:29 left in that game. Hoover's on top of Green, 27-14, 8:34 left to go. Louisville has a running clock in the fourth quarter at Marlington, 38-7. They're going to start 4-0 through the first 4 weeks. You can hear those games and more on the Q92 Radio's YouTube channel as part of the Score 7 stream. Onside kick time for Central Catholic. They go the other way on a little bit of a fake out. It's recovered by Cletus Monroy. A flag is down because the ball didn't go 10 yards. The official is discussing with Jeff Lindesmith, and there we have a flag, and we have another flag. This could be personal foul against the Central Catholic sideline. I can't believe I don't see a false start happening on these kickoffs. Central Catholic fans are getting impatient. And someone on that Central Catholic sideline must have said something you can't say during this stream. Referee is out there to call it. Jeff Lindesmith can't believe what he's seeing as they're still discussing it. It's going to be a false start against the Crusaders and then a personal foul against the Crusader sideline and Lindesmith. Central Catholic fans obviously not happy with that, and honestly, I can't say I blame them. I don't know where they're getting these
like I said,
false starts from.
Like I said, these refs are going to have to re-grip their flags tonight.
Yeah. There is a penalty. There's like a referee store somewhere in the area. I think it's in like Greater Akron. Maybe Fairlawn, Medina-ish. But they sell penalty flags, so that's what they might have to do. Might have to get new ones. So now we have the ball being backed up to about the 30-yard line of Central Catholic. When this whole thing started, it was a penalty against Salem. They were going to kick on the 40. Now 2 false starts have backed it up. Central Catholic actually got an onside recovery, but the false start, that was the first one. Salem recovered the second one. This has just become something else. So Rossetti will line it up again. See if anyone moves. It's a hard line drive on a squib. It's recovered by Salem at the 45 midfield. Shuts off a defender, and there he goes. 45-40, 35-30. Down the right sideline is Byron Exline, and he'll score.
42 is no longer the meaning of everything.
Apparently not. He recovered it at the 40-yard line. I thought he was just going to go down. Central does have 2 scores, or 2 timeouts, excuse me. But with this running attack, you could easily get a first down and kneel it out. And I don't think he even meant to. He just kind of ran into one of the Crusaders at midfield. And the way his body ricocheted off the head, he turned to his right, looked up, and no one was home down the sideline.
Yeah.
And he takes it for a 60-yard rushing return touchdown.
It's something I've noticed here that Central's defense seems to not really know where Salem's players are in the crucial moments.
Yeah, 48-20. Tell you what, definitely didn't expect another score here in the final stages of this game, but alas, here we are. Gerson Samayoa on to boot it away, and it's good, but do we have a flag? We do. False start on the Quakers. Tell you what, this has got to be, for a lot of people here, the most penalized game they've probably been to. I know I can safely say that's the case for me.
Definitely for me this year.
It is just remarkable what the flags have been, especially on special teams, on just plays like kickoffs and PATs, low snap. Samayoa's kick is up. It is good. $1:18 left to go. Salem on top 49-20. We'll step aside real quick and return with high school football on Q92 Sports Network. It's presented by the Sarshone Auto Group.
It's time for Purple Raider football. Catch every snap, every score, and every big moment all season long on AM 1310 WDPN. This year, it's even easier to follow the 13-time national champion, Mount Union Purple Raiders. Listen live on AM 1310, the WDPN Facebook and X pages, and streaming on the Q92 YouTube channel. Sam Berkwin and Ryan Bevere are back in the booth, bringing you all the action. Don't miss a minute of Mount Union football on AM 1310 WDPN.
You're listening to High School Football presented by Sarshone Auto Group on the Q92 Sports Network.
Fans, as a reminder, tune into the postgame show. We will have highlights, stats, analysis. We will break this thing down, take a look at our scoreboard for the area's games. We'll say goodnight from Lowell Klein-Feltzer's Field at Central Catholic. Glad you could be with us here in the Hall of Fame city of Canton, Ohio, where Salem, after dropping their first 2 games of the year, are on their way to getting back to 500 and winning back-to-back games. On to boot it away is Ronan Sutter. And it'll be returned out by number 29, Teddy Siri, as he breaks through. Spins away 35-40. He gets stripped up at the 44. Hey, there's a surprise. There's yellow laundry on the field, and who could this be against? 1:09 on the clock. And they're going to pick the flag up. Tell you what, from the way of the reaction of the fans, I wouldn't be surprised if on the kneel down, I don't think these people would be surprised if there would be a flag here. Truly remarkable. So the ball will be spotted on the 45-yard line of the Crusaders.
I remember a McKinley game where they were going up to Toledo, and one half of the buses got lost and ended up in Detroit. I got to say,
man,
that was definitely a flag in the play.
Well, Manson will give it on a run to the right side, 50, 45, first down and more. The Crusaders are in Quakers territory for at least one more time tonight. On the run there for Central Catholic was Vincent Schiaretti, where we have approached a minute and counting. Left to go on this one. Manson under center. Schiaretti the touch. Going to his left, trying to make men miss, but he'll be taken down at by Waylon Pelamati. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. We come up on 40 seconds left to go. Guardians are winners over the White Sox in their home opener, or in their home series opener, 4-0. Here's on 1st and 10, Schiaretti down at the 32, and it wouldn't be this game without a flag. We've got another one.
You excited for the Kent versus Buffalo game tomorrow?
I am, yeah. Kent State taking on Buffalo. Noon kick, Dick Stadium. First game for Flashes in the Mark Carney era in terms of conference play. Anything can happen in action. That's what I've learned over 4 years in college.
Me too.
23 seconds left to go. Flag is against Central Catholic on a hold, so they'll bring it back.
I believe Ohio State and Ohio University also.
They are.
Yeah.
Ohio's a good program. They have been for a few years, but people are starting to notice. They welcomed in West Virginia to Athens and took them down 17-10 in a defensive battle. Ball was spotted on the 49-yard line. It'll be a 2nd down and 10. They'll give it on a run to Schiaretti on the pitch. He's tripped up at around the 50. Tackle made by number 87, Waylon Pelamati again. And that one should bring this to a close as we hit 8 seconds left to go. Ball was spotted at the 50. The coaches come out towards midfield. 3, 2, 1, and that's it. Ball game. You can put a tally in the win column for the Salem Quakers. 49-20 on the road over Canton Central Catholic. And after starting their season in an 0-2 hole, they have now won back-to-back games and are now 500 through the first 4 in 2025. We'll step aside, take a break, but when we come back, we will break this one down a little bit and getting to our scores around Stark County. You're listening to High School Football on the Q92 Sports Network.
When it comes to sports, Sam Berkwin brings the heat. Catch the Sam Berkwin Show weekdays from 3 to 6 p.m. on AM 1310 WDPN and streaming live on the WDPN Facebook and X pages, plus the Q92 YouTube channel. From the Browns to the Buckeyes, the Guardians, Cavs, and your local high school teams, if it's making headlines in the sports world, Sam is talking about it. It's the local sports talk you want. The Sam Berkwin Show, weekday afternoons on AM 1310 WDPN.
Welcome back, everybody. Salem's a winner on the road in Canton Central Catholic by the final score of 49-20. Matt Caroli with you here, taking you through the post-game show here in Lowell Kleinfelter Field. Salem 2-2 with the win. Great game all around offensively. Many penalties throughout this one on both sides, but I guess it's just the way the ball rolled for these two clubs. And Salem will leave Canton winners tonight by a 19-point margin. Let's take a look at some other scores around Stark County. McKinley is on their way to shutting out Glen Oak. 38-0, a minute 101 left. And fans, you can turn into that game to hear the end of that. Green just scored a touchdown at home. They cut the deficit to a 27-21 Hoover lead. A minute 22 left in the game. The onside kick incoming. You can flip over to that one if you want to catch the end of Hoover Green in a tight battle. In our Q92 game of the week, Lake on top of Perry 31-15, a minute 27 left to go in the fourth. They are on their way to a 4-0 start in 2025. Mogador beats Malvern 28-14. Louisville wins 38-7 over Marlington. East Canton winners over St. Thomas Aquinas 37-0. When we come back, we'll break this one down a little bit more and then say goodnight from Lowell Kleinfelter Field here in Canton when the high school football postgame show on the Q92 Sports Network returns.
Looking for your home for local sports? Head over to Q92radiosports.com, the official website of Q92 Sports Network. Catch every live broadcast of high school games and Mount Union sports. Stay up to date with the latest local sports stories. Check scores from around the area and never miss a game with our full broadcast schedule. It's everything sports all in one place. Q92radiosports.com, your local sports connection.
Football fans, Mondays just got better. Join Q92 Sports Live every Monday at 11 a.m. for the Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon. Watch on our Facebook, X, and YouTube channels as legends from the high school, college, and pro football world take the mic with inspiring speeches and incredible stories. Don't miss a moment. Like, follow, and subscribe to Q92 Sports on social media and catch every Pro Football Hall of Fame Luncheon live every Monday at 11 on the Q92 Sports Network.
Welcome back, everybody, to the postgame show here inside the press box, or the broadcast booth, I should say, at Lowell Kleinfelter Field here at Canton Central Catholic, where Salem takes the 47-minute drive and takes down the Crusaders by the final score of 49-20. They are heading for the buses now as Central Catholic is now in their locker room. Salem goes to 2-2, a great offensive performance all around, especially on the running game. Cletus Monroe played a huge factor along with Brandon Canna. Great job defensively, stopping the Central Catholic run attack, which they had to do pretty much with the loss of Brock Berkwin, who injured his wrist, their quarterback last week. Central Catholic kind of had a slow start and ended up being the reason why they lost by the amount they did. It was a 35-14 score, at the break. But for Central Catholic, we saw the pass attack. We saw sophomore Paul Manson get a lot more comfortable in terms of his reps, in terms of letting it fly. He found receivers. He bought more time. It looked more clean, and a great job from him and his receiving core as well. That should give them momentum going into the late September, early October games, and they are against some great teams. Let's take a look at the upcoming matchups. Start with Central Catholic. They are at Mount Union, Larry Kara Stadium, to take on the Alliance Aviators and head coach Tim Goodman, who are now 3-1 to start the season. They welcome in the unbeaten Louisville Leopards. Robert and I will have that matchup for you right back here in 2 weeks. They take on Edison on the road, who is a 2-1 football team coming into this week. They're also at Warren JFK. They're here for their home finale, Tri-Way Week 9, and then they're taking on St. Thomas Aquinas in Week 10. That's right. They only have 2 more home games left. So if you're a Crusader fan, come on out to Lowell Klein-Felter Field and cheer on your Crusaders. And lastly, for Salem, taking a look at their upcoming schedule, because, look, we talked about it in around the second half, possibly the third quarter. This was a team last year that went 3-7, 2-3 in the Eastern Buckeye Conference. Many of them, these players, I should say, they were young. They got sophomore experience. Ron Johnson said they may not have been totally 100% ready to go, but sometimes you have to get in there no matter what. Matter of fact, they lost 4 straight games on the final play, especially with one that they eventually lost to these Crusaders, Canton Central Catholic, in double overtime, winning 24-21 at SIBO Stadium. And he said that they very realistically could have won 8 games last season. Just depends on how those final plays could have gone. They haven't made the playoffs since 2022 after going 4 years in a row. This could definitely help them spark that run as we hit the middle of the road here in the high school football regular season. Taking a look ahead, next week for Salem, it's homecoming. They're welcoming in Beaver Local, who's a 2-1 football team coming into tonight. Then they will take on the Alliance Aviators, who, like I mentioned, are 3-1. They're taking on an upstart Minerva team, who is also 3-1, as Zach Slate in his first year leading the Lions, coming over from Perry. He's doing a great job with them. Then they finish a 3-game road stint with their last road game, Week 8 at Carrollton. Week 9, they're back at SIBO for a date with the Marlington Dukes, and then Week 10 with their arch rival, the West Branch Warriors. So that'll do it for us. We want some people to thank in this one as well. First, our audio engineers that are back there at our studio working on these games, Ryan Rainsberg, Jake Matronia, and Katie Duerman. Also wanted to thank Jeff Mears doing the Q92 news. To you, obviously the listener, for joining us here in Week 4, as we will have a great slate coming at you next week on the Score 7 stream. Let's break it down. Next week, Robert and I will be in Jackson as the Polar Bears will take on the Green Bulldogs in a great Federal League matchup, great quarterback duel between Tyson Hunk and Lucas Increment. Ryan Keller and Antonio Hall will be in Perry for the Panthers, hosting the McKinley Bulldogs. Another great game out in the Fed. Christian Bigglesworth and Derek DeMitt will be at St. Thomas Aquinas. The Knights are hosting Zach Slate's in the Minerva Lions. Jay Wilhelm and Mike Voorhees will be at Louisville, as the Leopards will welcome in an old friend. And I say that with air quotes, in the Hoover Vikings. Dan Dixon, Ryan Biddy, they'll be Canton South taking on Northwest over in Canal Fulton. The AM game of the week, as of now, things could change with flexes and all that. I don't know, but this one seems pretty solid. Canton Central Catholic. These Crusaders will be on AM 1310 WDPN next week when they hit the road to Alliance. And then the game of the week on Q92 with Clint Scroggs, St. Ed taking on the Massillon Tigers at Paul Brown Tiger Stadium. You can't miss it. Next Friday night, it's going to be fun on the Score 7 stream. So, alongside my friend and partner, Robert Coleman, my name is Matt Caroli, saying so long from Central Catholic, where once again, your final is Salem 49, Canton Central Catholic 20. The Quakers are 2-2. So long, everybody.